Tam in the PM, only on A2D Radio. Tom and Brent, these guys are fucking awesome.
What's up, family? Tom and Greg, AM and the PM, only on A2D Radio. We are live from the Real Talk Studios, like we are every Wednesday night. And every Wednesday night, we are brought to you by our doc, Make Him Yours. That's Dr. Paul Vidal, Specialized Physical Therapy, LLC, Burlington, Cherry Hill, Princeton locations. Find them on the web, specializedphysicaltherapy.com. Tom Arnone, Greg Milwaukee, Ryan Brodo, Ralphie D over on the ones and twos. And listen, you need gutter repairs? Need some new gutters? We got you covered. Gutter guards, whatever you need. Buck. Sorry, I got to get that right. Buck Services. That's all one thing. AmBuckServices.com, 856-879-5530. AmBuckServices.com for all your gutter needs. My guy Michael Ambrose, tell him A2D sent you. Guaranteed 10% off. Done and done.
There you go.
Wish we could get 10% off some of these players that we have on the Sixers, because that's going to be our main topic at hand that we'll get into in a few. MLB Hot Stove is heating up with one of the best players in baseball getting traded to the Los Angeles Dodgers last night. I am disgusted. I'm annoyed, and we're going to get into that later on in the show and get the family's opinions on if the Red Sox were bent over, and almost a pussy move, in my opinion. And you can tell me he didn't want to stay or whatever. Money talks. So you didn't want backup Brinks for a top 5 player in baseball, and Verdugo is all you got back. Okay, that's on you. That's on you. If people want to crown Verdugo, I get he's young. He's 23. Talk to me when he's at Mookie Betts' caliber. If Verdugo ever going to be a top 5 player in this league, probably not. But we'll talk about that later on in the show. Sixers versus Bucks preview coming up tomorrow night. Another prime timer. Another nationally televised basketball game, and we're going to preview it. You know, does Christmas Day come back and bite us in the ass? Do we get boat race again on the road for the 4th straight game? You think it's panic mode now in this city. Get boat race tomorrow. Let me know how it goes. All right? Sixers trade deadline. What the hell are you trading? What they're going to talk about, but there's nothing to trade. We're going to go over everything they gave up over the past 2 years and what they've gotten back. And you tell me, if Elton Brand, with a side of Brett Brown, has done a good enough job. We're going to talk about it. Brett Brown's failures and future is our main topic at hand. Is it time for Brett Brown to be fired? If you want to make a statement, is it time to fire Brett Brown? Do you agree or disagree with that statement? Is it time to fire Brett Brown? Listen, I mean, I've been uncle supporter here. I've stuck up for the guy, and I'm starting to become a lot more critical of him because of how they play on the road. Right? It's not about I don't think these players fit his offense. Okay, that's all things that I side with him on. Right? And some of these guys, I'm not saying don't fit together, but when there's no spacing, you're taking guys out of their comfort zones. So there's things I give him passes on. I can't give you passes on the way your basketball team plays on the road. When that margin is that drastic from home and away. You're the best team in basketball at home, one of the best teams in basketball at home, and you're that bad on the road? Like historically bad on the road compared to your home splits.
Yeah, it's
historically ugly. Bad. Well, that's coaching, that's culture, that's energy and effort, and that's getting through to your guys. But to the ball, I disagree with the firing of him right now. I'm not there. I mean, you gotta get trounced tomorrow night for me to start jumping on that train because midseason firings aren't good. You're not gonna go win and get to where you want to with a midseason firing. I just want to tell everybody that right now. All right? I want to tell everybody that right now. You can wash it up then. If you're ready to wash the season up because you're just so done with it, then fine. But your expectations better get really low, regardless on who you bring in. And who you bringing in? You ain't getting Jason Kidd off the Lakers bench right now. You know what I mean? So if you're going to bring somebody in from the league, you can't do that now in a midseason firing. So then you got to wait. So it's going to be an interim, right? So then you're going to do an interim coach till you go out and seek your next one. So any Eastern Conference final talks, any bully ball talk that the Sixers talked earlier in the year, how they were built, is out the window.
What's out the window now?
I'm not there, Greg, because one of my biggest energy and effort guys hasn't been on the court. One of my biggest energy and effort guys.
That happens around the league.
It doesn't happen around the league when you're not deep
Everybody's
enough.
hurt.
Greg, this team isn't deep enough
I
to lose one of the 5.
I agree.
They're not. So that's how it's constructed. It's not constructed good enough.
Agreed.
It's constructed, hey, it's 5 loaded.
But there's injuries across the NBA.
I'm not saying there's not injuries across the NBA. I'm just saying road-wise, that kills us on the road.
Sure.
That's all my point is. I'm not saying he's the reason we're getting blown out. He's the reason we haven't looked good. But you take 16, 15 points off this team already that isn't good enough, and you take the defense away and the energy and effort away, this team is weakened.
Agreed.
That's all I'm saying. I'm not saying he's the reason they're getting blown out. And you know, the heart's not there. It's not all on him, not being able to play. But I think he's a key loss for this basketball team.
Oh, he's a tremendous loss.
And I think when you get him back, and this team, again, to me, because of their size, is built to play in the postseason. But they can't shoot the 3 this bad in the postseason.
Better hope we get home court.
So, is it time to fire Brett Brown? Are we here? Agree or disagree?
I've been a Brett guy the whole time, but I've also always stated that I will admit that Brett might not be the guy that gets us over the top. There might be a time where it comes where Brett has done everything he has been able to do with this quote-unquote process. Do midseason firings work? Not usually, but the St. Louis Blues just won a Stanley Cup after a midseason change. You know? So, is it time? Yes. Will it happen? Probably not. So, is it time to fire Brett? I agree to the poll. But will it happen midseason and happen right now? Probably not.
Well, is this telling to you? You know, because you're on the, now you're on the fire train. So is this telling to you when a question was asked today to him about have you lost your locker room or guys listening to you, and he said, go ask them. I don't think so, but go ask them.
Right.
Because feel free to ask him any of that stuff. Go ahead.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it's like, is that telling or is that just, hey, I don't think I did. Go ask them guys.
Yeah.
Or is it more like that? I think you answered it great. Like, go ask them.
No, it's the way you answer that.
I'm going to start putting this shit on them.
Yeah.
Like, no, because that's what he needs to do. Jimmy Butler last year said when he cursed in the locker room that one game at halftime and they came out fired up, remember? Mm-hmm. He's like, whoa. It came out of nowhere. Yeah. It's not a style he is. But I think with these kids, he needs to get a little bit more of that style. You can't rely on just the veterans because there's not enough on this roster to any degree. You're 2 stars or you're 2 guys you drafted to be stars.
Yeah.
So, I don't know. Agree or disagree, right? It's time to fire Brett Brown.
You know, it's funny. And I was telling Ralphie this earlier, I've never been somebody that's been overly fond of Brett Brown, but right now, there's no shot. They can lose by 50 tomorrow, and I think with this ownership group, I think with how they are attached to seeing the whole process out, and I'm not talking the process, I believe they are. I believe that this ownership group is closer to being complacent than hungry. That I believe that they value their own guys so much to a fault that they would stick with this guy throughout the entire season.
Well, what are you talking about? You talking about coaching, or are you talking about because they've been aggressive? I mean, I can't fault this ownership group for not being aggressive. They spent money. They allowed big time trades to happen where you gave up tons of assets that we'll talk about later on. I mean, they went all in. So like, I'm not to play devil's advocate with you. Mm-hmm. They're not letting the process go through. They essentially rushed the process to try to win right this second, starting last year when the 2 big moves were made. When you went out and got Jimmy and Tobias, you were in win-now mode automatically. So you set them expectations organizationally.
Yeah.
So that's the devil's advocate there. So they're in win now mode.
But my point is strictly with this coach. Going back to right after they were eliminated, in the second round by Toronto, the chain of events that happened over the next 5-6 days, the week after, with how outspoken the players were in favor of Brett Brown. I said it then, I'll say it now. That's, to me, the main reason and one of the only reasons why he was still there, why he survived. Because we saw reports, rumors, people were telling me that he was halfway out the door that night. You know what I'm saying? To where they were completely moving on. They had a mindset. Right. But because of how outspoken Embiid, Simmons, Tobias, et cetera, obviously other than Jimmy, how they loved the guy, that they valued that more than changing of the process. And I'm not saying that's not justified. But my point is, I doubt whether we see how bad it is or not, I doubt that this ownership group would change that quickly.
Well, listen, they can because I've seen ownership groups do it in the past.
Mm-hmm.
To those points, that's good ownership, right? Like I'm going to value my stars, right? That's what I want my ownership to be able to do. One, I want them to value them enough for their opinions.
But how can you sit there, and I don't disagree with you at all, but how can you sit there courtside on Monday night, watch that drubbing, and not need something to happen? Mm-hmm. Whether it's just changing the direction, whether it's a firing. How can you sit there and you watch that dreck that was on Monday night?
Because they made their bed with the dreck that was on Monday night. They made the damn bed.
But doesn't mean you have to be happy with it.
I'm not saying you're happy, but what do you do?
They're stuck.
The only thing you can do right now, because we're going to get into it later, you have nothing to trade. So the only thing you can do is fire the coach.
Yep.
That's the only thing that you can do right now.
Yeah, I just can't.
And I'm not saying it's the right move. I'm just saying, I think it's time. And again, my time might be by the end of the year. But I think
I'm not going to waver. No, you're right. I can't waver personally on, hey, I got to let this season play out before I make big-time changes. Because that's me in panic mode through a 3-game stretch, okay? I get it. We have not looked good on the road. Nobody's running from this. But we're dominant at home. So we can play together. So everybody tells me they can't play together, they don't work together. Then how the hell are they 22-2 at home? Somebody riddle me at that if they can't play together. That's a shit argument, and it's a lazy argument. Because the numbers don't back up not being able to play together. Right? Yep. If they were, 18-6 at home and out on the road, maybe then you can sell me a little bit more on they can't play together. When you're dominant somewhere, you can play together. So that's always been a lazy argument. So for me, where it's been, let me see where to go in this postseason, and then I'll make a decision on Brett Brown's future here, right? I don't feel like that I can, over a 3-game terrible stretch, make a rash decision right now when my aspirations are I'm still getting into the playoffs. All right, hold on. I'm still getting into the dance. And I'm supposedly built for the dance. That's what my ownership's been told from Ellen Brand and this coaching staff is we're bully ball. Well, bully ball is going to have to translate in the postseason, more so a lot of times in the regular season, right? So I got to hope. I'm not willing to give up the hope over a bad, terrible stretch, which happens to some NBA teams, okay? The real good ones usually doesn't, but we're up and down. So we have to find some consistency. And I don't think firing the coach is going to all of a sudden, when guys are guaranteed money. Remember, this is different than football. In terms of the guaranteed. Like, okay, you fired a coach. Cool story. That's cool. I'm still getting paid regardless. You can ship me out of town, do whatever you want with me. I'm still guaranteed every dollar. You know what I mean? So is it really a wake-up call in 2020?
But is this just
right now?
No,
not at the end of the year.
No.
Not at the end of the year.
But is it just one stretch of 3 games? Obviously, we're terrible on the road throughout the whole year. We haven't been great on the road in the last few years. And the same type of consistency and the same type of issues that continue to pop up year after year are the same things that are happening again this year.
It seems like the culmination of a trend over the last month and a half because we would win 3, then lose 3, win 2, then lose 3. You know what I'm saying? There was
How do you win consistently on the road?
Rising to the occasion.
Well, there's certain players that do that. If you ask any general manager around the NBA, they're all going to tell you the same thing. My stars show up on the road.
Yeah.
My stars show up on the road. So all I'm going to tell everybody is our stars are still babies. Okay? They're still essentially babies age-wise. They need to play better on the road. But the roster around my 2 stars is fucking shit. You understand that?
Nobody. We weren't saying that 2 months ago.
Well, Greg, because they all of a sudden stopped being able to shoot the basketball. They like Tobias Harris has gotten that bad on the road when he's another one of my guys who's maxed out, who's considered a star, air quote.
Yeah.
That they need him. Joel Embiid and Ben Simmons are dying for Tobias Harris production. The guy's never scored over 40 points in a game. I can't max out guys that aren't killers. If I would have known that stat before max out date,
well, you talk about
I'll go a different direction.
Talk about, laying in the bed we built. We had to.
No, we
you know what I mean? Like, and it's it's. But you're absolutely correct. It's you need spacing. You need a guy. We talked before the show. You keep bringing it up. J.J. Redick, like a Kyle Korver guy. But those guys have to play prominent roles, and that's what people don't understand when they wanted to bring J.J. back on a bench deal. Oh, we'll bring him back on a bench deal. No, it doesn't work because he's got to play with those two.
Yep.
He's got to be the guy like Tobias who's playing 40 minutes a game and being able to sit out there on the outside that they have to actually defend.
If Tobias can just shoot a little bit better.
If Tobias, if Al, if they could shoot 3, 4, 5% better, it's a totally different story.
Jay Acevedo, what the hell is going on with this team? Well, a lot, Jay. And we don't know fully. We look on TV, we look with our eyes, and we see energy effort issues, right? And it's bothered all of us, and we're in panic mode, essentially. But I'm not ready to give up on the season yet. I'm just not. I can't. I can't say we're done, it's over, because I've seen this team and its capabilities when they're right. So who says they can't get right again? Why can't they get right again? Why? Did the talent leave? Did our stars go away? You understand? The only way they can get better a little bit for everybody. Ben and Joe can't play together. Yes, they can. They played together for 2 years really well. This year's a down year because we talked about the spacing issues. But Richardson coming back and help spacing a little bit because at least you have to respect him shooting one. Not saying he's great at it.
Right.
But you still have to respect him shooting one. And now it makes your bench where you don't have to start at Shake Milton. Right? And now Furkan and Mike Scott got to be able to hit shots off the bench. They're the keys. Because the other guys are going to be the other guys. Joel, Ben, and the big key is that everybody wants to give a free pass to, essentially, has been Tobias Harris. He has not been good enough. His numbers are a lie if you watch the game. Me and Ryan, we talk about it. His numbers flat out lie to your face. You're like, well, really? You sure not good from three?
Well, people fall in love with his three-point percentage, but let me ask you a question, ladies and gentlemen. Other than the OKC game from 3-4 weeks ago, was the night Joel Embiid got hurt with the finger, when has Tobias Harris made a killer three-pointer that sealed it? When?
I don't know if he's necessarily three-pointer, but he was big in that Lakers game.
Good to have you. I'm glad he had a pulse that night. Everyone was big that night.
I'm just saying he was big down the stretch. I just don't know if it, to your exact question, if it was a dagger three.
Well, my point is everyone wants to talk about his three-point percentage. So if his three-point percentage is so great, then he should have the capability to come up big at the end.
Oh, completely
When
agree.
the spacing is even more of an issue, when everything closes in on Joel.
Right, this guy's built for this team. In terms of like what you see numbers-wise on paper, he's exactly like the guy you need.
Go back to
a guy who can create essentially his own shot a little bit and hit an open three.
Go back to that game against the Heat, right? He had that three-pointer at the buzzer.
Yep.
Yeah, was it probably our first option? No, obviously they wanted to get Joe down the block, it looked like.
Don't
right?
start me.
But, you got an open look from what, a 35, 38% three-point shooter?
Rewind it. You're forgetting something. You're right.
But
you're right.
Even outside of rewinding, you still had a chance at that point.
No, but go
to be
earlier
big
in that game
and bury that shot.
What was the opportunity he had to seal that game?
It was the dunk. But I'm saying, even with all that said, you still then had another opportunity to redeem yourself.
Yeah. But that's
He's not built for it. I don't know what to tell you.
He doesn't have a set. We were expecting this man because now he doesn't have the excuse of Butler and Redick. I was the one supplying the excuses for him all summer. Redick and Butler, they took the ball from him. He didn't have a role. He has a friggin' role. They have put the ball through him. He doesn't have a set. We were promised a beast, and we got a guy who reads books.
The problem is, and wears sweaters. And the problem is that
What's wrong with sweaters?
it's just,
softness.
I'm not in for I'm not in for like the
sweater vest.
Like it's the sweater.
Oh, there's no turtleneck.
The turtleneck.
Turtleneck.
There's no turtleneck needed, but that's
turtleneck guy?
But I don't know. That's fashion apparently today. Who knows?
Rob, you know how JoJo's supposed to help you space the floor? He shoots 31% from his career because he's the only guy who can do it, Rob. Like, what do you like? Listen, I'm against everything that's going on here. I want this offense ran through Joel Embiid. I need this offense every possession ran through my big man. So it's up to my coaching staff, even though he leads the league in post-ups, because nobody says he posts up enough, and he still leads the league in post-ups, Rob. So, I don't know what to tell you. He leads the league in post-ups. I don't think they necessarily run the offense through him enough.
Nope.
And I think come playoff time, they're going to a lot more. I just believe it.
Well, why are they not doing it now when they need
Because
it the
he's been
most?
in and out. He's been in and out.
Well, that's his entire career, though.
No, I understand that, but the entire career he has so much more spacing around him, where now it's like they have to regroup together because it's a lot of guys, again, that haven't freaking played together enough. That's not an excuse. That's just facts.
They've only played 18 games together.
That's just a fact. Like, this starting
19,
five hasn't been together. So I can't run away hoping to be healthy at playoff time.
Mm-hmm.
I can't run away from this starting five that I believed was good enough to be an Eastern Conference Finals contender. I can't run away from it when you played 18 games together. I can't.
And I understand that, but I'm starting to get to the point as these struggles continue. And again, I'm not basing this off of 3 games. If you look at everything over the last month and a half.
Only road struggles.
Yes,
We got to clarify that. It's only road struggles.
Yes, absolutely. It's harder for me to assume that once playoff time starts, everything's going to click.
Well, the energy clicks.
But again, where's the energy on the road off of a 3-game losing streak against 3 or 4 conference opponents? 3 of them are playoff teams that you're probably going to see.
Honestly, an undermanned roster. And like, you guys all watch this fucking game, and you're looking at the guys that are out on the court, and you guys think that's a roster to compete in the Eastern Conference Final?
Like you said, we did it at the beginning of the year.
No.
And we're only missing
Say
one
2
guy.
weeks ago, we didn't need to add a piece.
You're making my point then.
How?
Who was here at the beginning of the year? That whole starting 5 was together.
Yeah.
They played 18 games together.
Yeah, and the Lakers just got a new starting 5 too, and they're pretty good. They haven't played that many games together.
Now we're talking about the best player in the league.
I'm just saying.
Compare it to the best damn player in the league.
We've been saying, we need more time together. We need more time together. We need more time together. When's it end?
I'm not saying we need more time
When's
together.
it end?
Right? You're wrong. See, now you're taking.
How am I wrong?
Because I didn't say we need more time together.
You said they only played 18 games. They need more time to gel.
No, I said the guys on the court right now need to play together more, like the Jake frickin' Milton of the world and Joel Embiid. I'm not talking about the starting 5. Starting 5, as soon as they got together, was click.
Yeah, because they're veterans. That's where I was going. Like,
I'm not
with
saying
the veterans, that's got to end.
They need time together in the postseason. Like, they need to be able to play together. They need to be healthy together. That's my point. We're judging this off of this whole starting 5 is what it was built around. Right? That's what we were all geeked up for. Let's not forget our posts. All of us, okay? Guilty, right?
Yeah.
We were jacked up for this starting 5. So now we're going to rush judgment when the season's not over and we played 18 games with our starting 5. When our hopes are that these 5 will be healthy come postseason.
But when have we always been healthy?
I got to hope this year. Then the firing can happen.
It's never been happening.
Greg, then the firing can happen then. After that, the firing can happen. This is what I'm saying to you guys. After that, if we don't get to what my goal is.
I'm willing to get to the end of the year. I'm just saying I think it's time.
I'm talking to the people out there that think it's time right now. What happens if the team goes to the Eastern Conference Finals when all 5 are together? Then everybody's eating crow.
Then let's go.
So all I'm going to say is I'm not going to flip-flop on my judgment of a basketball team even though I'm not happy. Make sense? Like, I'm pissed. Let me clarify. I'm pissed by the effort. I'm pissed by the body language. I'm not happy.
It's not flip-flopping when you have reasons to change your tune.
Exactly.
But yes, it is when you're talking about firing. When you're talking about firing in mid-season, not after season. I said this already. I've been clear as day that if they don't get to where they need to get to, bye-bye, right? Mm-hmm. I said it numerous times. Bye-bye then. But a mid-season firing is a panic move and is not going to make you better.
But when you have, and I don't disagree, but when you have no assets, what's the only thing you can do?
Try to win. You're not making the postseason. You haven't been eliminated.
No.
The worst you're going to be is a 6 seed. The worst. So you're not going 7 or 8 or getting knocked out. So can I get to a 4? Can I get to 3? You're still in there. It's not like it's over. You got to play better basketball. It's simple as that. But if you think that,
if our stars are who they are, it doesn't matter who's the coach.
Greg, all I'm saying to everybody is that firing right now, when yes, our eyes haven't been happy with this product, right? On the road, we've been happy with it at home. We haven't been happy with it on the road. So what we're going to do now is 18 games played by our starting 5. We're then going to can the coach. And then to say this season's a wash.
Doesn't have to be.
We'll go next year. That's what it is, though.
It doesn't have to be, though. Like I said, the Blues just won a Stanley Cup. Making a change. If our puppies and our guys are who they're supposed to be, a new voice might be the only thing they need.
It's going to be the same damn voice. It's going to be a voice that's on the bench already right now as an interim. It's not going to be a new voice.
They can't pull Mark Jackson, who everybody wants. I'm not saying he's the answer.
So now we're pulling a guy who hasn't coached in 5 years. 6 years, or 7, however long it's been. We're just going to pull him. We're going to be all right then.
It's not working here.
We don't know it yet.
I know it's not working.
And listen, it's not working over the last 3 games and on the road. I get it. I'm there. But again, I played these 3 games, well, 2 of them, against damn good basketball teams, and I'm missing what I'm built around. I'm missing a fucking piece I'm built around.
And we lost to them when we had them.
Well, we lost there when we had him. Yeah, dude, in an OT game. I get it. We lost there when we had him, but the physicality was there. You're missing my point. The team isn't built to be able to lose one of these guys and think, well, now we got to fire everybody because we didn't play good enough. They're not. They need the perimeter defense. They're built around perimeter defense. The whole thing.
But Brett is a part of that build. Brett's part of that roster build.
Greg, I'm talking about this 5.
I get it.
And Thibault's built around perimeter defense. That's what they're built upon.
Completely agree.
So I'm saying we're going to rush the fire before letting it play out. What's the point of firing right now when I can fire at the end of the year? What's the point of firing right now just so we can say, we did it. We did it. Everybody's going to wake up now.
Well, you can't do anything else.
You can. Okay. All right. If you're done then. So
I'm not done.
You just said.
But sometimes change needs to happen.
Now you're not done. You just said you're done. You said you're done.
I said it's time to fire. I didn't say now. And my original answer was at the end of the year. I get it because that's what's going to happen.
Yeah,
but you sit here
right now.
Because there's nothing else that can happen. We're not going to make a trade. There's no one we can get because we have no one to give up because
there is something happening.
Because our team stinks.
There is something happening. We're going to get a guy back. That's our free agent. That's our trade deadline move. We're going to get a key piece back. That's it. Like, what do you want me to tell you? Like, people are like, who are they going to trade for? They ain't going to trade for nobody.
I agree.
They got to hope that this starting 5 can play together in the postseason and they're all healthy. That's what they got to pray on. Brett Brown should be praying to whoever he needs to pray to nightly that these 5 are all healthy in the postseason. Because they can win in the postseason with these 5. I'm not done on these 5 guys playing together. I'm not. I'm not.
I think this conversation right here just revealed who's truly at fault. And it's Elton Brand.
Well, I know this.
Oh, no, I know you know this. We all know this in here. What you just described, and it's truthful.
It goes back
nothing
further
you
than Elton, but yes.
Well, but stop going to Colangelo, okay? That's like 3 years ago. I know nobody likes.
Yeah.
No, but that's what it.
No, I get it, but I'm talking about the decisions starting from day 1 of the offseason last year, the day after we were eliminated by Toronto on the million bounce 3-pointer by Kawhi Leonard. From that point till now, it starts with Elton Brand. We just described a severely top-heavy roster. That's what we are.
And
That's
we
what
knew
we
that.
are.
But you're right.
Most teams are, though.
Exactly.
Most teams are.
And again,
in defense,
yes,
most are.
Yes, but at the same time, if what we all described, and no, this is not a criticism of Jay Rich. We're not trying to say Jay Rich is just a nobody. We all said the same thing. Jay Rich is our 5th option. He's not coming in here to be our best player, 2nd best, 3rd best, 4th best. He's our 5th best player. If our 5th best player being out for a couple weeks here and there is going to cause a disaster, that falls on the freaking GM because that shows that there's nobody else with a pulse. Nobody.
No, I agree
that
with
can
you.
come in other than Shake Milton, who, sure, he goes up 27 one night. That's great. He's a role player who should be in there for 15 minutes. He's a developmental guy. The fact that Jay Rich is out, this isn't Ben, this isn't Joe, this isn't even freaking soft Tobias Harris.
Well, I think Jay Rich is better.
Well, dog-wise and mentally-wise, I agree.
He's my third. He's my 3rd best player. If you're asking me my order, he's my third best player. I seen enough. Like, you know what I mean? I seen enough of the Pomsy. Like, I watched him against some of the better guards in this league. Just not allow guys to get away from him. Like, I just watched it. And it's all I needed to see to know how important he is defensively. Like Brinkman says his team doesn't play D. Well, they're missing one of their best perimeter defenders. This is why it was okay to let Jimmy go. This is why I was okay with it, even though I wanted him back and he was my guy, right? Because I'm like, I get J. Rich back? Like, he can play. He's younger and he can play. And we talked about it. We were excited about that addition. But Ryan's right, because it ties into my, not Elton hate, but, like, what did you do? We're going to talk about it in a few, of all the assets they gave up for two guys, essentially. Okay, but I can't, again, I'm right with you guys that, like, I'm tired of the act. You know what I mean? I'm not saying like, hey, he doesn't deserve to get fired. It just does nothing for me right now. Like, let me play it out. Let me see. Let's be pissed off because we're all allowed to be.
Sure.
Let me clarify that because I'm annoyed. You know what I mean? You seen my videos going at Brett a little bit now. You see it now. I'm coming out because I watch it and I watch it and I see bad energy effort because I'm an energy effort guy. I'm blowing up on you at halftime. I'm laying into guys. Problem is, the Miami game, they were in it at half. So you couldn't lay into anybody, and then they came out in the third quarter and stuck up the joint. But I'm just not done, right? That's all my point
I
is.
got you.
I'm
not done either.
I'm not ready to say fire him right this second. If we don't get to the Eastern Conference Finals, which is my goal for him and for this organization, he's gone. Okay? Now, I'm praying. One more. Let all five be healthy. And let's see if we can D it up the way we think we can come postseason.
Let me ask you this. Can you confidently say that they are responding to him?
Can I confidently say it?
Yeah.
No, I can't.
Good. Okay.
I can't confidently say anything.
Okay, good.
After these 3 games, you think I'm confident? I mean,
can you say, okay, then.
They're thinking a lot of me to say to not fire everybody.
Okay, good.
That's how annoyed I am.
All right, good. So can you say it at all then? Can you even make an argument for it now?
Yes.
You can make an argument that they're responding to him.
No, like over the course of their.
The last month.
Well, yeah, because I will, and because
You will?
as he said, when you do it on one side,
they're not hitting wide open shots.
And then that's the other thing. Some of these instances, we work so hard to get a shot, and then we just miss it. It doesn't boggle my mind sometimes when we come down and we just jack a 3 with nobody else underneath. Yes, but when they're open shots and we're just missing, I can't sit there and blame that on the coach. That's just we just missed a shot.
Honestly, and I will say it again. I'm not fire him now. I don't think it solves anything, fire him now. I'm more on let's wait and friggin' figure it out at the end and figure it all out together as one. Not a million different situations, in the middle, of the season. It boggles my mind. And this has been going on. He said this like a month ago. And it's a direct quote when you talk about Al Horford, for example. And Al Horford, he looks mentally checked out. He looks soft, like we talked about before. He looks like DeMarco Murray.
You know what they call him in Boston?
What, a killer?
No, average Al.
Well, he's passive out here. I don't believe that it's all based off of he's just hit a wall and he doesn't care. To me, it makes zero sense, and this is where I do blame Brett Brown, that he has no identity, Al Horford, and then you hear Al Horford, we want Al to shoot more. No! That's not what he does. Al Horford killed us, and he killed everybody because he was a low-post guy going up against a guy that's smaller than him, and then because of the spacing, being available to shoot the occasional 3 that he would make. Well, that's what he does. He's not walked, to your point, he's not go down the court, Simmons passed off to Horford with 18 seconds on the clock, and then clunk it.
Ralph,
that is what the new Al Horford is.
What's Al Horford's 3-point attempts throughout his career, especially with Boston? Because I don't think he's jacking more than he did there. I just think he got old quick. I was gonna be honest with you guys. Everything's short. Oh, you know what I mean? Everything comes up short. Yeah, everything's short.
Look at this game, right? So we're watching Clippers in the Heat, right? And to your point, to all of our points with the roster construction, where's our Lou Will off the bench?
Well, we don't have one,
right? Where's our
Mike Scott?
Keenan Cole?
We don't have anything.
You know what I'm saying? Like where's when our guys go to the bench? Where's our guy on the second floor? Where's our Landry Shamet? Oh wait, we had him. Where's the Duncan Robinson that we don't have those guys because
our GM wanted to take the draft night off though. That's why
we just want to trade picks and we don't want to
for cash considerations.
You're right. Yeah, it's on Elton and it's on Brett because obviously a part of this roster construction, but we don't have these guys with Furkan.
Brett wants.
I love Furky. I love him.
Brett wants to shoot threes, but we have no one to shoot threes.
Well, the whole league wants to shoot them.
Well, get guys to shoot threes. We've been saying that for 3 years.
Yeah, they're in the middle of the pack. They had guys the last 2 years who could shoot threes. That's the problem. They went away from that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
They went to more of a style of what they like to call bully ball, and they haven't. They have done it at home. They played that style. They have not translated that on the road. You know, like if they lost, if he lost them, they wouldn't play well at home. Agreed. They wouldn't beat the Lakers a week and a half ago or whatever it was if he lost them. That's what amazes me. Because a week ago we beat the Lakers and we were talking, or 2 weeks ago and we were talking about Broad and Patterson again. You know what I mean? So now we're fire everybody. Not you guys. I'm just saying in general. Like now it can't work. We stink. A, B, C, and D. I just can't.
Can I tell you what I
can't go there.
I think a big part of this is that nobody's talking about. And I think it's big with Joel. And it's not a criticism, but I think it's him being young and not really knowing what to do with it. We talked in the past, let's say the past 2 seasons, that we really want to put Joel on ice, that we want to get him kind of ready for the playoffs. And Embiid's talked about that, and he said that in the past. He said that in this season that he's caught himself going through the motions.
Yep.
I think that's what this entire team is doing, that they're so young. Simmons is out of this. Simmons is in a whole other category. He's pissed me off for something else. Embiid, mostly, he's going through the process of the season
just to get to the postseason.
And it's almost like he's mentally checked out because he thinks he's going cruise control.
He hasn't figured out how to do it yet.
No, he has no idea
you
how
know
to go.
Yep.
He knows one speed because this is why he's great. He knows diving after balls, getting hurt. That's what he is. That's why he's great. If it's not that, it creates the illusion that he's mentally checked out and he's immature. No, I love Joel Embiid. He's one of if he might be the best Philadelphia athlete there is. He might be the guy. He's very immature. He doesn't know how to go through an entire season yet. No young guy does.
No, honestly, that's why most young guys don't win.
Yes. So when you have 2 of them and they're completely different from each other, one guy is emotion. The other guy is like a friggin' scarecrow. He has no emotion. He's just a robot. He's not anything. You can't get anything out of him. Then you're going through struggles, and you have a veteran who can't do anything in Tobias Harris, and it is soft. Al Horford, who has an identity crisis. I was saying this to a guy in a group the other night. You have all of that. Then you have a bench, which Mike Scott was supposed to be our key three-pointer off the bench, or Lou Williams, but a little bit bigger, can play a little defense. He flat out sucks. You have James Ennis, who runs out there like he's 80 years old. Yeah. And then Matisse Thybulle, nobody's talking about it. He's hit the rookie wall. It's okay. Everyone goes through that. He's hit the rookie wall.
A little bit.
And that's fine. That happens. Yep. But it's all happening. And then Jay Rich is hurt. That's why that's this. But it's being crossed into, this guy's fighting with this guy. Brett doesn't like him. They don't like Brett.
I don't think this is the issue. Like, I don't think Joel's done with Ben. I don't think Ben's done with Joel. Like, I'm just not buying into that.
No.
The media circus that is. Because he was mad about one possession. So somebody wants to tweet and show off his body language after one possession? Well, because he wasn't happy the ball wasn't moved the proper way. That's what he wasn't happy about. That doesn't mean I don't like the guy. Doesn't mean he might not like some of the ways he's going about his development. Doesn't mean they aren't friends.
Yeah.
Doesn't mean that they can't win together. It just means that, like, he's almost begging in a way for this guy to shoot, which is his whole team has done. They pretty much beg for this guy to air it out a little bit.
Yeah.
And he hasn't delivered that. And, again, the struggles aren't all on him. It's a collective struggle. But, yeah, you're right. I mean, Joel, we've talked about this for weeks, and, Jay chimes in and he says, cruise control. He's been on cruise control. He's been thinking about, ever since the 92 bounces, he's been thinking about the postseason. And I can't fully blame a young kid for looking ahead a little bit. He's got to learn how to be able to look ahead, but still be able to be dominant.
There's a fine line between being on cruise control. I completely agree with you.
You can still take care of your body the right way.
Yes.
Without
digging yourself into a hole like we have.
Yeah, instead of being a 6 seed.
If, like, say, for example, we
should go for 30 a night. It shouldn't even be like it used to be.
Well, like Shaq said,
easy.
8 points a quarter.
Yeah.
Like, if you break it down, like, that's nothing. Much as many as he gets to the line, 14,
I think he had
15.
one touch in the third quarter.
Exactly. He disappeared.
Well, that's on them not running the offense through
and
too.
That's exactly. It's
a combo.
Yes.
We used to tell
so then he gets upset. What does Shaq always say? He says a lot of things. About, like,
hey,
you want me to play defense?
Oh, yeah.
You better give me the ball.
Yes.
Yeah.
You understand?
and
So
this-
everybody's like, Joel looks lazy. Joel's this, right? I just want to tell you how one of the best big men of all time, let you all know a while ago, if you don't get me the ball, don't expect it on the other end because the big dog's got to eat. Don't expect the dog to protect the house and you ain't feeding them. You understand this? You can't expect the dog to freaking protect your damn house if you don't give him his proper meals. You understand? This is 101.
And this is the only
Right,
point.
one more point.
Yeah.
He thinks and knows he's the best player.
Yep.
So when he gets one touch, you don't expect him to, oh, okay,
I'll tell you.
okay.
This is exactly what it is, and we
And
talked
he's
about it
young,
earlier.
And he's trying to, you know what I mean? And
Yes.
you're young and juggling it. I'm just saying, like, star players want the basketball.
I don't disagree.
One touch is freaking a disaster. All right? And maybe some of it's on him. I'm not saying it's not. But again, when there's no spacing and he's got to play at the perimeter or they're not getting the ball down low or whatever the case may be, listen, we go off forever on this tangent. Go ahead. So go ahead and say what you said because we can just keep going and going with this. It's
There's
fun.
a couple levels. This is the
But
only
terrible.
thing that I can attach to the now storyline since the quote that came out this afternoon with Joel talking about sacrifices. Do I believe that all of a sudden Ben Simmons and Joel Embiid are in a beef, as all these articles are saying they're beefing? No, for two reasons. Number one, grow up. This isn't what everyone wants it to be with the Shaq and Kobe thing. No. And two, they were just at the Super Bowl together.
Yeah.
Two, the only thing that you could say is going towards that, which I think is 100% justified, and we hear Joel Embiid talk about 4 times this season. A lot since he's been out on TV. Not just quotes, just on TV. Sacrifices. And Tom, I agree with you. We talked about it earlier. It's not just one guy. But I think it starts with Ben Simmons for this reason. Embiid has said 4 or 5 times just this season. He said it in the past, a lot in the past, but he said it a lot in a short, probably month here since he's been hurt originally. We need Simmons to shoot more. If he won't shoot more, I will. If he won't do it, I will. Basically saying, I'll make the sacrifice. This is what Embiid is getting frustrated with, that, hey, I'm out, I get hurt, Simmons dominates, I come back, you're not using me. So now I'm the best player. It's my team, just like Simmons should be thinking it's my team. Joel, this is my team. We were gelling before I left. I leave, you dominate. I come back. You have no role for me? I make sacrifices for you guys, but Simmons still won't shoot since December 2nd. Al's not doing what he needs to do. Tobias is soft as hell. The bench isn't doing. That's what this is.
Well,
And I completely agree with him.
there shouldn't be a possession where he doesn't touch the basketball.
And the fact that he's going quarters, only touching once, it's an indictment of this entire situation.
Well, the whole indictment is that nobody's been able to get through to number 25 about a mid-range game.
Yep, and that's the softness. So the fact that he's talking about softness, dude,
Yeah, what
buy
about-
a mirror.
By mental soft, what's up with mental softness? You know what I mean? Like you're gonna start calling out guys softness when
If I'm Ben after that comment.
when you refuse to have mid-range game.
If I'm Ben, I come out and jack 40 shots against the Milwaukee Bucks tomorrow. Make 3 of them. And be like, well, you guys want me to shoot more. Like, just come out and just be an absolute prick about it. You know what I mean? Like,
hold on, I got to stop you here. Do you think that he's going to talk about him shooting? Brett's going to talk about him shooting if he ain't burying shots at practice?
no, I know he can hit them.
Like on 5 on 5s?
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And he's not like, whoa, bro. Like,
Yeah.
you haven't missed
No,
it.
but I'm just saying,
You know
like,
what I mean?
just
Like,
out of spite. Just out of spite,
You
right?
haven't
Like,
missed it.
I'm going to come out and just shoot 40 times. You guys want me to shoot?
Bill,
The whole city wants me to shoot? Let's go. I'm going to
Bill,
shoot.
what are you talking about? He says, Ryan, wake up on the floor together, changes things. Embiid should have never said that. Said what?
What?
We want our
sacrifice?
athletes to be transparent. When they're transparent, then they're not being. Then they're wrong.
What's wrong with
What
saying
did he say that was wrong?
sacrifice?
He shouldn't have said what was wrong with what he said.
I love
He
what
wants
he
his
said.
team to sacrifice.
Great team sacrifice.
Because I guarantee you, Bill, you'd be the first one that if he refused to talk, you'd call him soft. Again, Bill, we can't have it both ways. We get mad at our athletes for not telling us the truth. This man told us the truth. And he shouldn't have said that. Why? Because
You can't handle the truth.
Why? Because he might light a fire in somebody?
Do you think like Steph
Come on.
and Clay and Draymond and Durant didn't have to make sacrifices.
The best thing Draymond Green ever did for those teams was that he was a hard ass. You know what I'm saying?
Right? I mean, think about the Lakers, right? Shaq and Kobe didn't make sacrifices for each other.
Would have had
Right?
another chip.
But sacrifices.
Right?
Sacrificing.
You talk about, Dwayne Wade and LeBron back in the day. Guys didn't have to sacrifice some things for each other. Right? I mean, when you got 2 stars on a team.
That's what a team is about.
Yeah, you're going to have to make sacrifices.
That's what a team is about.
And I like him saying, hey, I'm making sacrifices. I'm out here jacking threes.
And
everybody gets mad at me, but they don't understand. And he said it. They don't understand basketball. If you don't understand why I'm out on the perimeter, you don't understand how important spacing is. Right? I mean, the guy literally said everything we know, and we get mad at him. Okay. Fine. If you guys want to be salty on Joe, I'm not salty on Ben. I just know what he needs to do. I know what he needs to get to. And as soon as he can get to that level, we're not begging about another shooter.
It's so funny too because it's so basic, right? We used to tell our bigs or anybody, right? Go for 14 rebounds a game. 7 offensive, 7 defensive. You get your 7 offensive rebounds, there's 14 points. If you get fouled on 3 of them, there's 17 points. And not one play was run for you. But, the other night we're shooting or jacking threes. We got nobody under the basket attempting the rebound.
Nope.
Nobody. So how is Al Horford, how is Tobias Harris, how is Joel Embiid, how is Ben Simmons going to get through these struggles shooting-wise without ever watching the ball go through the basket?
Because nothing's made.
When you're struggling as a shooter, the best shooters will tell you they get right by getting a layup. They get right by going to the free throw line, by seeing the ball go through the basket. That does such an immense job to the mental aspect of shooting for these guys that we want jacking the ball. And yet no one's ever underneath the basket, when we're shooting threes, and I don't care who it is. It's not like a shot at Joe. But no one's ever underneath the basket. When we take the ball to the hoop, we don't always finish, or we don't finish strong enough to where we're watching the ball go through the basket to clear our mind and say, oh, I can do this.
I think there's just a good road win away from being able to maybe start thinking they can put it together mentally on that end of it. If you go beat Milwaukee tomorrow night, you're feeling a lot better. Everybody's going to sit here and go feel a lot better. I'm not saying they're going to. I'm just saying, if they go beat Milwaukee tomorrow night, things are going to be the tone's going to be a lot different.
Will they beat Milwaukee then lose to Memphis?
I'm just making a point. The tone's going to be different. But Eileen says she got to run.
Later, Eileen.
Thanks for joining us, Eileen. Anthony Adas and Ben Simmons want to be leaders on this team, but they don't want to lead. They want someone else to lead. No, I don't.
Nah, they want to lead.
They want to lead. They're just young. This NBA's different than other sports. Even the NFL. The NFL, Mahomes isn't a good example of it because it usually doesn't happen. Young guys usually take a minute. You know what I mean? Young teams usually don't win.
Yeah, but
right
the
away.
NBA is one of the youngest leagues because they allow kids to come out right after high school or after college.
But all the chip guys start when they're 26, 27-ish.
Yeah, well, Joel's right there.
I understand. I think he is being a leader, though, Greg.
I'm not saying he's not. I'm just saying, when does this young, at least for Joel, when does this young doesn't know how to get through the season? It's his 3rd year now of playing 95% of the games.
Still young, though.
It is.
Jordan didn't win nothing in his 3rd year.
I'm not saying you got to win, but I'm saying when does this, inconsistency and not knowing how to get through the season stop with this kid?
When they start running the offense through him more. I mean, I don't know. When I'm a great player, I need the ball in my hands as much as possible because it engages me. It engages me. I'm going to keep saying it. It engages you defensively. So, Bill Middlebrook, go worry about the Celtics, okay? Good team up there. But go worry about the Celtics, okay, because you're going to talk about fat and lazy. The guy is not fat and lazy. I'm so sick of that, dude. The guy's got a freaking probably an 8-pack going on, all right? And you're going to call him fat and lazy because he's gigantic. Stop with the fat and lazy. When you don't touch the ball offensively, it alters your defensive presence. It just does it just does, right or wrong.
You're not wrong.
I'm not saying it's okay. But, again, I'm going to say it a million times. If you don't, you can't expect your dog to protect your house if you're not feeding them.
They literally don't even have a role for him right now. How is he supposed to be checked in? Bill, I guess he was replying to me. He says, how would you take that if you were his teammate and he said that? Depends on how soft I am, Bill. You've completely described on how soft you are, obviously, that you would be offended by it. To me, I would take it on, he thinks I'm not locked in?
This stuff happens every year with every team.
Exactly.
What's up, Tristan?
This stuff happens all the time.
And then he said, Bill, just so you know, because he says they haven't once since he's been back. They won the night he came back.
Yeah.
Bill.
So
they
Al,
won.
Bill
game.
Middlebrook says, I want you guys to be honest, answer this question, starting with Greg. Who would take Embiid right now? I said the entire league. I don't even need to answer that more. I don't need your opinion.
Hey,
on
Ralphie,
it, Greg.
would you take Embiid? You Lakers have room for him?
absolutely.
I can't take it anymore. I can't take it. Like, they go win tomorrow night, the whole thing teams. With no Jay Rich, this team's not built or deep enough to be what we think they are.
Who
okay?
would take Embiid? I mean, come on.
Like this, they need to grow up a little bit. Embiid, I thought his comments today were perfect because it's everything we're saying, right? So now it's up to the other star to, one, engage his big man. All right? And before we go to break, I'm going to leave you with it again. I might say it 100 times today. One of my favorite things. You can't expect your dog to protect your damn house if you're not feeding them.
But he can go get his own meal by getting a rebound.
That's from the GOAT. That's from the GOAT, big man. That quote. That's a GOAT big man quote. Greg?
I don't disagree with it.
One touch.
But you can go get your own. When you're a 7-footer, go get me a rebound.
With what space, Greg?
No, I'm just saying, go get a
You're
rebound.
not on the perimeter. You're not getting a touch. You're
He's
not
on a
getting
freaking airplane.
You're fighting in the post.
I
You
don't
get a touch.
disagree at all. I'm just saying there's a way to combat that when you go get your own.
If they have him standing in the freaking corner on the three-point line, what does he have, rocket shoes? How's he getting
He's
there?
7 foot. He needs 2 steps.
Does that mean he's – come on, Greg. He needs 2 steps to get from the three-point line to the basket.
If you're dribbling full speed and you pick up at the 3-point line, you should, as an NBA player.
I thought he was getting a rebound. How does he have the ball?
When the ball goes up, he runs. So it's the same speed.
Somebody that size, you think he's going to have the mobility of Simmons? Come on, Greg. Come on.
What are you talking about mobility? I'm talking about go get a
That
rebound.
helps getting a rebound, Greg.
He's 7 foot. He's the tallest one on the floor.
So does he take up the entire floor? What are you
No.
talking about?
What are you talking about?
What? So you're
so
you're saying that he's mentally.
no one's,
so you're saying he's
no one's
mentally
diving
checked
to
out,
go.
so he's not getting a rebound.
I'm not saying he was
what
mentally
are you
checked
saying?
out. I was just saying there's a way you could go get your own. That's it. That's all I was saying.
But according to you, he's not doing that.
I'm not saying it's all his fault. I'm just saying if you want touches, there's a way you can go get your own.
Well,
needs to
this
be fed.
team hasn't rebounded as a whole well enough.
I completely
over,
agree.
Over the last 3 games.
And that's not all on Joe. It's all as a team.
No, I understand.
Like
go
when
get your rebound.
when you go back to a high school level, whatever level, when the ball goes up, everyone's supposed to crash.
Yeah, but you know how I get a guy engaged early, Greg? It's all about early, right? It's all about engaging a guy early.
I don't
So
disagree with any of
It's
that.
all about post touches early on.
Absolutely.
And like I said, 1 per possession. I mean, he should be seeing the post one. I know he leads the NBA in post ups, but like I almost want you to triple it. You know what I mean? Like let's go a little bit more then. You know what I mean?
Broken, don't fix it.
Like it doesn't. We don't have to follow the trend of the rest of the league. Like, and they didn't with this roster. You understand? They said with this roster, Ellen Brand said, you know what? We're going to go unconventional. We're going to beat you up. Well, over time, through an 82-game season, there's going to be moments like this where we look like Drek, all right? And we're like, I'm done with everybody. I get it. I just still think there's a rebound from your rebound conversation. There's a rebound in this team. I think Josh Richardson, the second he comes back on the court, brings that energy and fight that this basketball team needs on the road a little bit more too. He's not a star, Greg. You don't have to fucking smile at me.
I wasn't smiling
I
at
saw
that.
a smirk.
I was smiling that the rebound is going to be our schedule
late?
is easy.
That late? What schedule?
Our schedule down the stretch is real
easier.
easy. That's going to be our rebound.
Oh, my God.
All right, yeah, that's a good.
I wasn't knocking
no,
Josh.
I wasn't sure what you're smiling at. I was
No.
like, I'm not crowning Josh Richardson.
But you're right
when
on it.
When you're not deep, you need him.
And two, nobody crashes the boards anymore. That's just not what NBA teams do anymore. Everyone's shooting the three and then going back on defense, cheating on defense.
I know, but when you build your team around this 7-footer and you bring in a guy like an Al Horford who's supposed to be able to rebound.
You built your team around a 7-footer and a 6'10"er. So, and then you went out and signed another 6'10"er. So, again, the bed that Elton Brand made. Mm-hmm. But now, hopefully this team saw this over this 3-game stretch. And they said, well, we're going away from everything that we're built on. Now we're jacking threes. We're missing wide open looks. We got to get back to beating you up down low, offensively out-rebounding you, and defensively out-rebounding you. They're the keys to this basketball team in perimeter defense.
Completely agree.
Now, Jay Rich, because of Matisse, a bigger role with no Jay Rich, and hit a little bit of a rookie wall. But getting that piece back, upgrade your defense, let Matisse go to the bench, right? And now your bench gets better because now you actually feel good about a guy coming off of it for once. You know what I mean? So you feel a little bit better what's coming off it, even though it's trash. So, I don't know. I don't know. I just can't give up on a team that's played that well at home and not say, well, they can still get better. Like, why can't they get better? Why can't they figure some stuff out on the run? Like, that's what the NBA season's about. Why can't you make an adjustment on the run? Great coaches do. So now I need Brett to make an adjustment on the run now. These players need to adjust on the run. If you're talking about sacrificing, everybody needs to look in the mirror and see what they can do if they want to win championships. If you want to be, like one guy said at Clutch Sports, and you want to be Dayton Kendall, that's all well and good. But are you in it for the fame or are you in it for the rings? We're going to find out. We're going to find out real soon. All right? We'll see you on the other side. We'll go over a little trade deadline. We don't think much is happening. But we'll give you a couple names that you can keep an eye out on Sixers-wise. And if we think anything big's happening in the NBA, we'll let you know that as well. We'll get into Sixers-Bucks preview, give score predictions for tomorrow night, see what guys step up on our end. Or is it the other way? Is it a boat race? Does everybody stay in Milwaukee? Are they walking home from Milwaukee? We're going to have all that on the other side, and I'm going to be hot stove. The LA Dodgers bent over the Boston Red Sox with the help of Major League Baseball. This is Tom and Greg, AM and the PM, early on, A2DRadio.com. Listen, family, in need of gutter repairs, gutter guards, AmbuckServices.com. My boy Michael Ambrose. Contact them, 10% off. And listen, you're like me. I don't know why I don't go to the doc more often. I got to get the Dr. Paul right now for my back. It's killed me. Like I got the heated seats on the car, not because it keeps my ass warm, because it helps the back. That's when you know you gotta go see somebody. Dr. Paul Vidal, Specialized Physical Therapy LLC, Burlington, Cherry Hill, Princeton locations. Find them on the web, specializedphysicaltherapy.com. I apologize for the congestion, family, but it's bigger than me. We'll see you on the other side.
folks, Bob Mannery here. You're listening to A2D Radio, real sports talk radio for the fans, by the fans, no agenda. These guys are the best in the business. Hashtag it. No notes. Hi, folks. Bob Mannery here. You're listening to A2D Radio, real sports talk radio for the fans, by the fans, no agenda. These guys are the best in the business. Hashtag it. No notes. Hi, folks. Bob Mannery here. You're listening to A2D Radio, real sports talk radio for the fans, by the fans, no agenda. These guys are the best in the business. Hashtag it. No notes. Hi, folks. Bob Mannery here. You're listening to A2D Radio, real sports talk radio for the fans, by the fans, no agenda. These guys are the best in the business. Hashtag it. No notes. Hi, folks. Bob Mannery here. You're listening to A2D Radio, real sports talk radio for the fans, by the fans, no agenda. These guys are the best in the business. Hashtag it. No notes.
we fire them. Tom and Greg, AM and the PM.
No, because I don't want to do it.
A2D Radio, live from the Real Talk Studios.
Is it time?
Every Wednesday. Listen, fam, for all you people out there on the podcast, we got our numbers earlier, over 3,000 downloads since we got over there, which is pretty cool. I haven't been over there that long, so things are growing out organically through the podcast forums. And listen, we're everywhere: iHeartRadio, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Spreaker, Google Podcasts, SoundCloud, and iTunes. Find us everywhere. Subscribe, like, follow, whatever the options are. Just do the options they give you. Follow the lead. Ooh, cut off. That was quick, right?
End of the bet.
Jeez, another one.
We are brought to you by
This guy.
Ambuck Services.
Not this guy.
No, well, maybe both. Ambuck Services, right, for all your gutter needs. You need good new gutters, gutter guards. My guy Michael Ambrose will take care of you. AmbuckServices.com, 856-879-5530. Tell them the guys from A2D sent you 10% off your gutters or gutter guards. How about that? A little 10% off. We're givers. We are flat-out givers here.
Gutter guards are amazing.
And you know our doc. He's tagged in the link
The best.
on the Facebook. If you're over on Facebook.
Did he miss Instagram?
Wow.
Did he miss Instagram?
Wow. First time gate.
Wow.
First time gate. So, we got a lot to talk about. We'll continue our trades. We'll get into our trade stuff here in a minute. And our main topic is at hand with Brett Brown's future with the Sixers. And some can say failures right now. Is it time to fire Brett Brown? Is our poll question for tonight. Do you agree or disagree? Is it time to fire Brett Brown? I disagree right this second. You know my stance. If they don't get to the Eastern Conference Finals, I will look to move on. Right? That's my stance. I'm going to stick by it. I can't sit here right now and be Uncle Confident in this basketball team after this stretch. I'm trying to play a little devil's advocate on the hope side because everybody else is doom and gloom. Every Sixers fan out there is doom and gloom. So I'm trying to, bring something positive to the table where it's not fire everybody right now. And it's let's see where we at the end of the year, see where the chips fall, and then we know the direction we have to go. Tom Arnone, Greg Moagmick, Ryan Barretto, Ralphie D. Struggling on the ones and twos.
Won't even look over here.
I know.
It's not even a part.
I know you were disagree right now, but you still were sort of agree. You were sort of in limbo at times with it.
No, I agree it's time. I just know it's not going to happen.
Yeah, that's cousin limbo.
So
And
I would not
you
be.
were sort of in the same boat.
I would not be upset.
So you guys were in the same boat in terms of you don't think it's happening, but you both would do it right now. So,
No, I wouldn't.
No, you wouldn't.
No, because it doesn't solve anything. It doesn't solve anything right now.
No, at the end of the year, it can solve a lot. Because then you can go out and get your guy.
There's nobody waiting in the wings.
girl.
It would be interim. It would be interim. There's no hot shot coming in right now.
Now, do you want to see a trade offer that was accepted supposedly?
You wouldn't take Becky Hammond?
No. Somebody said this to me. I don't get
I
respect
wouldn't.
now out of my coach, and now I'm going to go that direction.
I think she'd break everyone's balls.
Well,
Maybe literally, too.
that's fun. So, the Magic in a three-team trade
Get guys locked in.
will get Tobias Harris, Furkan Korkmaz. The Trailblazers would get Al Horford, Zaire Smith.
Have fun.
Our first rounder and a second rounder in 2020 from Oklahoma. Sixers would get Aaron Gordon, Evan Fournier, C.J. McCollum.
We should have got Evan. Let's hold on for a second. We should have got Evan Fournier last year.
Well, that's going to tie it right.
Yep.
Good segue, Greg.
We got Jonathan Simmons, who's not in the league anymore.
Could have got Jonathan Simmons right now if he wanted to.
We could have got him too right now.
So let me
Yes,
go over.
I would do that.
Yes, it's not even a question. That's why I laughed.
I
at
don't
it.
wouldn't even think about it.
That's why I laughed at it because it's like, I mean,
Too good to be true.
that's too easy. Like if it's that easy, then sign me up.
I love the trade machine though. Like the trade machine gets really dangerous.
No, it absolutely
When you
does.
get deep in the trade machine, how can I make this 7-team trade work? First time over here?
No, it was off the whole time. I must have turned it on when I went inside. Or for the audios that needed to be sent. Tristan Russo, apparently Chicago wants Bohm and Kingery. We'll talk about that in our MLB Hot Stove. But no, I'm good. I'll sit that one out. I feel like I can get him. I can get him without having to give up Kingery. That's all. 'Cause that's a great contract. Why would I want to give that up?
Exactly.
I'm trying to make my lineup better. I'm not trying to.
Who can easily be a part of the young core.
Yeah, I'm not
going
trying
forward.
to add by subtracting.
I want Brian. I don't want him that bad, though.
No, I'll give you Bowman, somebody, and another.
Well, Bone's going to be a part
Spencer
of it. yeah.
Howard. Spencer Howard. Probably. You'd probably have to pass with him. He'd probably have to be in the deal.
We'll talk about it because
Yeah, we'll get there. So you look at all the moves that have been made just in the last 2 years, and you talk about giving, look at what you've given up, right? You've given up Dario, Rocco. If you want to go back a year before, Nerlens. You've given up on Markelle. So you traded
Landry,
a
a 2021 first-round pick,
first
unprotected.
rounder. Yep. Other picks, I know.
And then, expiring contracts, but that's nothing because that's what they were used for.
Yep. So you gave up all that, and you received at the end of the day. Not saying that's like a ton, to give up, but you took away, and a first pick in the draft too, that you traded for Jonathan Simmons. Like that, no matter how bad the Markelle situation got here, that's always been a disgrace to me. Like we talked about it on the show. Give me DJ Augustine. Give me Evan Fournier. I'm good to go then in that deal just to move away from him, right?
Mm-hmm.
Give me somebody who can score a little bit. You gave me Jonathan Simmons.
I would have taken no knees Jonathan Isaac.
Anything.
Just in hopes.
Anything.
It's gonna go, and it's gonna come down being because everyone's like, oh, the OKC pick. It's like top 20 protected. It's gonna end up being Markelle Fultz for Jonathan Simmons and 2 second-round picks. That's what it's going to end up being, which is a disgrace.
Which is what Nerlens ended up being for Justin Anderson and 2 second-rounders.
Yeah, 2 second-rounders that we then traded
Right.
for cash considerations.
To then go be able to sign Al Horford and have the money to sign and max out Tobias Harris.
Yep.
Which ties right into
And a bunch of players at $1 million
and a bunch of
Veteran
low level bargain basement guys
that we can't trade.
Are untradeable, unwantable.
Yep.
And they're not even producing for us right now.
Like, it's so funny,
It's
too.
one thing if they're producing, because then you could trade that because it's a cheap contract. There's rumors that the salary cap is going down, so people are going to want to get out of a little bit of money. But they're not even producing. They're not even enticing to anybody.
Like
That's the amazing thing.
When I think of like a marginal trade that I think that we could do, we've done it before and it's worked. I think of like a Marco Bellinelli, for example. Like Marco Bellinelli coming on off the bench on this team, like that's exactly what we need. And I'm thinking to myself, okay, you can put like a Mike Scott and a couple picks. Why does San Antonio want Mike Scott? Because Mike Scott's not a one-year guy. He's got another year on his team. Why do they he is one of the most attractive players on the bench. I can't even trade him for Marco Bellinelli. You know what I'm saying? Why would they do that? San Antonio's not winning this year, and Marco's a free agent at the end of the year, but why would they do that?
Yeah.
They want it.
Why?
Tyler Coughlin says we need to land Burks and Robinson from Golden State.
Yeah, it makes sense. It does. That's a name. Warriors going to be making a bunch of trades.
He said they both can shoot the three. They both can stretch it a little bit.
Is that Glenn Robinson the third?
Yeah.
GR3?
Yeah.
Didn't we have him? Wasn't he a processor?
I feel like we had everybody.
I think GR3 was a processor.
Go to the cloud, Ralphie.
Yeah, I'm not 100% sure on that. But there's nothing you can really do right now.
So
you came out of all that with the bias and now.
Yep.
So that's the direction that Elton Brand went. And to me,
well, if you're going to go back to Nerlens, that was Colangelo.
no, I know that, but I
You know
wasn't
what I mean?
really even counting Nerlens. I just said if you wanted to go back that
But
far.
you got bent over on that one too,
They got bent over on a lot of
and you got
deals.
bent over on Jaleel.
I had no problem with the bias deal, because you already got Jimmy.
Yeah.
So it was like, okay, we're adding on to this really damn good starting five we got here.
Looking back on it, do you think badly of the Butler deal?
Yep.
You do?
Yep,
Okay.
that's the one because I gave up assets then. If
Rocco
I wasn't
Barrow.
gonna max them and I didn't think I could keep them, then it's a bad deal. They try because now it's a panic move. To win now, right? Instead of allowing some things to gel and go on.
That's what people do with an old roster.
And
not
then-
this
yeah,
roster.
and then-
Not a 23. Not at time the 22 and 25-year-old were the best players on your team.
That's what the
you know what I
and-
mean. It just
and-
wasn't. I love Jimmy. I freaking love Jimmy, but I can't trade for him if I'm not going to max him. We all said this. We all said it all year. Both guys got to get maxed at the end of the year because you gave up too much to get him. Right? Rocco just got somebody Clint Capella. You understand that? Like Rocco just got straight up in a deal for Clint Capella. So analytic junkies around the league love him. They love him. The analytic geeks love him. We watch him on Rise and we're like, whatever, dude. It's Rocco. We've seen enough.
And this isn't crowning Rocco or Dario, but we knew those guys fit.
Yep.
You know what I mean? And then when
can both stretch
you don't max out Jimmy, then you gave up guys that you knew fit with your guys. That now you're sitting there going, why did we give them up then?
This is a team.
Yeah, why did I trade?
Because we didn't win.
And I traded a guy that was close with one of my star players in Dario. And then I did something else this offseason, which went unnoticed. You want to know where a little toughness went? Little toughness went to Indiana. Everybody wanted to hate on little TJ. Little TJ, Brett's son. All right, but every time he's out on the court, he was palmsy. He was aggressive. He was tenacious. He's the kind of guy you need to win with. He's the kind of guy you need to have around that help you win. He's not going to do a lot. He doesn't need to play more than 12 minutes a game. You know what I mean? But he brought you something that neither Neto or Trey Burke bring you in terms of a backup guard. So, again, I think another poor decision. You went with Trey Burke and Rule Neto when you could have just kept TJ.
True.
So you let pieces walk out the door, too. It wasn't like they just said, all right, Jimmy's going to leave, but then JJ goes. Mm-hmm. Then you let we were just talking about go.
And again, JJ goes after like a day or a week after he says he wants to end his career here.
Yep.
And you let him go.
He was the first signing of the free agency.
Yeah,
it was literally immediate. Like, boom.
Then we're like, okay, we need Jimmy.
Goodbye, Jimmy.
And then Jimmy said, I'm just going to go be the lead dog on another team.
Well, let me ask you this then. Do you look –
because I don't think Jimmy didn't sign here because of Brett or the organization or the players. I just think he got an offer from Miami and goes, I can go live in Miami. You know what I mean? I can go be the best player on this team. That's an easy no-brainer for me. I don't have to live in Philly. I can live in Miami. Come on. A guy like Jimmy personality is running to Miami.
Single guy.
I think it has a little to do with Simmons and Brett. I do.
I don't buy
really
into
do.
that talk.
All right.
I just can't buy into that talk.
All right. I fully buy into it. Fully.
No, that's fine. You can buy into it. I just don't think he's going to leave when they're a shot away from the Eastern Conference Finals. Like, you know what I mean? Like, he doesn't jump out the door because they're close. They're right there. So the only reason you jump is because you get an attractive offer from another team and you're like, shit. And they got some young ballers and it's a tough young group and Spoelstra's there, Pat Riley's there, right? You get wined and dined in Miami. It's hard to say no to that. I think that's a big – if he would have went and signed anywhere else but like an LA team or Miami, I'm in full agreement with that statement. Full 100% agreement. But the fact of where he went to is Jimmy Butler, man. Like, you know what I mean? He wants that lifestyle. I don't want to say nightlife because he's a worker, but he wants that.
Yeah.
And when you're a lead dog, more endorsements come.
No,
so now you make more money because you're the best player on your team in a market that, D-Wade was a huge star in.
Yeah.
LeBron, Shaq, guys who have played there right before him. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. In a way. So you know that the market's attractive because these guys, you know what I mean? These guys made that market attractive. Look, I just think I'm not saying he had no issues with Ben or Brett because guys have issues through an 82 gamer. They just do. They're not going to see eye to eye on everything.
The destination definitely had something to do with it, but I think it was a multitude of things. I think it was, number one, with the exit of D-Wade, Jimmy Butler going to a team that didn't have the guy. He wanted to be the man. Two, you look at Jimmy Butler is the epitome of energy and effort. Ben Simmons, while we love him, he has times where he doesn't show either energy or effort. Two, this is other than the energy and effort, there was a big problem going forward when you talked about can Ben and Jimmy Butler play together? Because you talk about Jimmy wanting to be ball dominant, Ben Simmons having to be ball dominant. That was a part of it. Two, we saw it, and whether we like Brett Brown or Butler or both, or we don't like either of them, Brett Brown and Jimmy Butler clashed. What you talked about at the very beginning, to where the one aspect and the one example of Brett Brown going crazy in the locker room. That's Butler's reaction tells you all you need to know of. That's not what he was. Butler was impressed by that. Oh, I want more of this. I want more of this. I think that he was starting to see, and clearly, nobody. I mean, this is just my speculation. I'm not going to be that. I was in the freaking locker room. I'm not going to say that. But my point is, with all those pieces of we didn't know if they could play together. Jimmy wanted to be the man. He wanted the 5-year max, and I think the Sixers didn't want to give him all that money too because of his age and the fact that he's been a problem with other organizations and the destination. I think it's all part of it.
I misspoke for a second because the deal's not a complete failure of Jimmy because you did get Josh Richardson back. So I gotta keep that in mind. You know what I mean? As this cycles through, that it is 3 guys essentially. From what you lost to what you have now. I can't. That's unfair to leave that out like I just did. So in defense of Elton Brand, I don't like that he didn't sign here. I didn't like that you couldn't entice him to stay here. But at the end of the day, at least you got that back.
Yeah.
Because the kid can play a little bit.
No,
he's not
completely
great.
agree.
He's not Jimmy.
But
he's
again,
not Jonathan Simmons either.
But again,
You know what I'm
that's
saying? He
all
could
we
actually
could get.
No, I understand.
You know what I mean? Like
that was going to be my next question.
You couldn't have gotten.
Do you look down on that trade because if you're Elton Brand, do you try and get more?
Anything else?
Which I don't.
Yeah, but he's not staying anyway.
Exactly. See, I don't. That's not
You know
Elton's
what I'm saying?
fault. It's either
Who's
you
not
get
staying?
Jimmy, you knew it was done, so you're just like, whatever.
Yeah.
Like, I'll take whatever
Yeah.
I can get back
But-
because it's better than nothing.
Yes.
It's better than nothing. I'm getting a young guy back who plays defense, plays the game hard, like Jimmy does. You know what I mean?
No, I completely
I'm getting
agree.
a similar type of aggression.
And they
not
had
a
to-
player.
But then you're going to have the opposite reaction to the Red Sox
How so?
because they weren't going to sign Mookie,
I'm not
so they got
comparing Jimmy Butler to Mookie Betts ever. I love Jimmy Butler. He's not a top 5 player in the NBA.
agreed.
So Mookie Betts is an MVP. Jimmy Butler never an MVP.
He's not a
No, I
top
agree.
15
So I
player
can't.
in
I
the
can't.
NBA.
That's unfair. That's unfair. They
No,
got,
but
they
the
got bent the fuck
scenario.
over. They got bent
I'm
the
not
fuck
saying
over.
they didn't get bent over. I'm just saying like now
we give up Landry and Jimmy. No. We gave up Rocco, Covington, and Jimmy for essentially Josh Richardson, if you want to look
And
at
Dario.
it.
And Dario.
And Dario. Did I say
Yeah.
Dario?
you said Rocco twice.
Okay, so
but we all knew
Dario,
Yeah.
Rocco, and Jimmy essentially, and you got Josh Richardson back.
And you can't fault Elton for
So
two.
to the depth part, like
Yeah,
you know what I mean.
yeah.
So it's a 3-for-1er if you look at it that way. So now I got weaker, and then Zaire Smith doesn't pan out,
again-
right.
Which again, you look at our bench and our depth. When you give up 3 for essentially 1,
and
you
the
lose
one,
it.
how
and the
you
ones
release,
hurt,
how you
and the ones hurt.
So now it's like a 4-for-0.
Yes.
So you wonder why there's big time struggles on
and
the road.
you
This
miss on
bad.
Zaire, you
This
miss
bad.
on Markel.
Yeah.
You know,
Maybe
you miss. Well, no,
Well,
we missed.
we did.
We missed.
we
on.
screwed
did.
it up.
Yeah,
we
we
screwed
did.
it up.
And two, you can't fault Elton Brand for the Josh Richardson, Jimmy Butler trade for 2 reasons. Number one, Jimmy was leaving here regardless. He was never going to play for the Sixers
it just
ever again.
starts prior.
Yes.
That's where my blame comes.
Yes,
It
yes.
starts prior because you have to gauge it better.
Yes.
You know, as a GM, I understand you don't have a crystal ball, but you have to gauge better. You have to think like, okay,
It's like
if I bring him in, is he going to stay? Because I got to look for the future
A
too.
week before that,
It's like
everyone
Iguodala
thought he was
already
staying
signed the
because
extension.
the house. Remember the house
Yeah,
with all
yeah.
the videos of him
Yeah,
with
yeah.
the trainer?
Yep.
Everyone thought he was staying.
And two, you can't get cute because,
Because
again,
maybe there wasn't an offer.
what, on the Sixers side?
Yeah, maybe
That's my
well,
point.
I think
maybe there was never an offer.
It was both. Jimmy, the Sixers only wanted 4 years. They were only going to give him 4 years, not the max, but the 4-year max. They're going 4-year max money, but not the years because of the age and the fact that, listen, he's ran dry with organizations in 3 years. We're going to give him 5.
Yeah,
They were
yeah,
going to give him a 4-year max minimum or whatever the
I know what
4-year
you're saying.
max.
Yep,
You know what I'm
you're
saying?
right,
Whatever
you're
the hell
right.
they call it.
Still a ton of money, but not the
Yes.
5-year.
Jimmy, the only chance in hell he was staying
Was a
was
5.
2 reasons. For 2 things. He was the man. He was ball dominant, which they were never going to do because that would hurt Simmons' progression. And 5-year max. Only chance he was staying.
Yep.
And that was never happening.
No, I agree with you completely on the ball dominant side.
Yeah.
Like,
They
where-
can't play together,
where-
those two. They can't.
Well, I think they can all play together because they all did. My point is, so you know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
they can play together,
Yeah.
but Ben has to sacrifice that.
And he doesn't.
And
And
create
he
a jump
won't.
shot.
And he
But guess
won't.
what? It would have put pressure on him to have to sacrifice some of the things he does and,
Yes.
and have to force him to hit a mid-range game and some of these other things. But at the end of the day, like I said, I agree with you on that part where he wouldn't be the man, and that's why Miami is a perfect fit for him
Yep.
because
Yeah.
he gets to go be ball dominant and be the man.
With a bunch of young guys that they you know what I'm saying?
They're
Like,
going to listen to him.
Yes.
They're going to follow his lead.
And look at the coach. One of the most respected coaches in the league.
Yeah, you're not going to – a bunch of great stars played for him.
And
so
exactly. He knows how to handle
and
stars.
your GM and president or whatever, your president is a Hall of
Oh,
Famer.
yeah. And they don't put up with
One of
any
the- one of the
nonsense.
goats.
You know what I'm saying?
But that's my issue with Elton Brand because Elton Brand is a ball player.
Yeah.
Like when he signed Al Horford, a part of me was scared that Elton Brand signed himself.
at the time
Well,
that we
he-
signed him.
Yes.
Well, you heard the stories about how Elton Brand loved Al Horford. Al Horford was one of Elton Brand's favorite players. Did he buy into it? And listen, again,
It's
maybe
not
this is
about
hopeful.
fit, right? It's not about, you know what I mean? Like the people that are about fit, dude. You're shooting.
No, he fits.
Yeah,
He
you're
fits.
shooting one more 3-pointer a game than you did last year, essentially. It's not drastic. It's like hit your open shots. You know, you're 32% compared to 36. Like, it's not about fit, dude. You got an open 3. You drained it last year. You're not hitting it this year.
And that's the other reason, by the way, that you couldn't get cute with the Jimmy Butler deal because you had to make the deal quick to get Horford.
No, absolutely.
You know,
And you couldn't have taken on more salary
No, you know what I'm saying, Tom? Like
because you needed every penny.
you couldn't sign Horford with Jimmy Butler here. It just
No.
it wasn't
No, you didn't have the
possible.
money. No. So it allowed you to go out and be creative. Now, there's really nobody out there outside of like Kemba that you could spend it on.
But at that point, because of obviously what we know now, right? How depleted our bench is truly, right? How Mike Scott didn't pan out. James Ennis is terrible. Only thing with a pulse off the bench right now is Corky.
Yeah.
Right? Like, now knowing what we know, I would have taken another piece from Miami. I would have not signed Horford and not even tried to max out a Kemba, but just spread it around a little bit more to where you're getting maybe
Marcus
like a
Smart.
Morris twin or
Marcus
Smart. You know what I mean?
But here's the
But
thing,
he
though.
signed early there.
He did.
too.
Miami, here's the thing we're missing, though. You would have never gotten that from Miami because Miami would have said, okay, we're not going to do the deal. We're going to wait 25 days until he becomes a free agent.
Yep. So
Then it's like-
so you were
then it's
held
like-
over the coals there.
No,
It's
absolutely.
either you're getting something or you try and get cute and you're
The fact that
increasing
they gave you Josh Richardson was a shock to me.
Yes.
Like at the time, like I said it. I said this guy, numbers wise, it's not going to be a big drop off.
I thought honestly we were going to be getting Justice Winslow and a second round pick. That's what I thought we were getting.
Yeah, I'm better with Josh Richardson.
Absolutely.
And no pick. You know, you got to give
Absolutely.
me a pick. My point is this, like I said, you know, Sleeves breaking balls that, you know, you're going to rely on this 5 playing together. But, you know, we don't have, when they play together, they played well. When them 5 were together because now your bench isn't as important. It's still important. But the roles aren't as big. That's the whole thing. Because everything we're talking about, the things we gave up, gave us no bench, and guys didn't pan out fully yet or aren't there yet. Like Thibault, now we bring up, what's his face?
Shayak?
Yeah.
Shayak?
Yeah, we brought him up.
Did we really?
I thought he was just for practice. Oh, if he's playing. Listen, I'm not Mr. G League. What?
He
Whoa.
can shoot it, though.
He's exactly what we need.
He shot the ball. He can make threes.
You can smirk all you want. I mean, who's making shots off the bench?
No one.
Well, that's my point. Shayak's absolutely scoring. I mean, he's a top 3 player in the G League.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see if they
Okay.
if they give him run. I mean, my point is they got to give him run as one of them guys off the bench to see what he can do. You're giving everybody else a chance. You know what I mean? Can he play D? Because it's all going to come down to trust
Nah,
and
he
defense.
can't play D. He can't.
Say that, then. But
And
guess
he's
what?
small too. He's frail. That's the reason why That's why we haven't seen him yet. He's frail.
Well, we'll see. He's a rookie.
Yeah,
You know?
I mean,
I'm not going to
I've
base
watched
my
a
hope
lot of
on-
Iowa State over the last few years, and I don't remember them. You know what I mean?
Well, that's why he went in late second round.
Yeah, I get it.
I mean, like I said, he can shoot it a little bit. But, I mean, I'm not putting my hope into that.
No.
My point is that you got to get back to this 5 playing together, and you got to just
Oh, look at that, Landry burying shots.
you got to wait
Shocking.
it out.
Imagine that.
You got to wait it out and pray it comes together in the playoffs when they're all together. Where now your bench shortens anyway, so you're in better shape on that level. You know what I mean? And just really cross your fingers. Because I mean, really, what else can I say? You know, what else can I say? Like, I'm not firing them right this second. I'll fire them at the end of the year if I need to. And they played 18 games together. That's their fault that they only played 18 games together. That's not an excuse. That's their damn fault, right? And I gotta hope that we can allow Jay Rich enough time to not hurt the hammy again. You know what I mean? Like, we can get past the All-Star break in maybe another week after, you know, and really give it an extensive rest to get it right instead of feeling like we're rushed back. We talked about this before this 4-game road trip, you know, where I was like 2-2, maybe 3-1. But I said, you know, if we go and we play 2-2 or 3-1, it allows us to sit him longer and not feel rushed. Well, now you're 0-3 going against the best team in the NBA tomorrow night, nationally televised. Ooh. You're going to find out a lot about heart tomorrow. Heart. They might lose the game, but you can still maybe take out like, okay, they played tough, right? But tomorrow night's game, what's your feel going into tomorrow night? Is it a response game for this basketball team, or is it the same type of effort and they get their doors blown off in a semi-air quote revenge game from Christmas?
I don't even think it comes down to effort. They can have all the effort they want. Nobody's making shots on the road. I can't assume ultimately, and I get it that it helps that we match up better with Milwaukee as opposed to Miami and Boston, even though I think we match up well against Boston. We match up well stopping Giannis, for example. But again, that's at home versus on the road.
Yep.
I don't think it comes down. We can see the effort all day, the entire game tomorrow. Nobody's making shots. I'm sorry. I don't see them winning tomorrow. I see them getting their doors blown off because nobody's making shots.
Well, fair. I mean, I can't sit here and argue with that assessment.
I don't mind. I don't want to cut you off, but
No,
I just saw the stat. The Clippers have attempted 52 3-pointers in this game tonight.
Yeah, well, if you're open jacket, it's the whole league, bro. I hate it, but it's the whole league. It's a Jack City. Okay.
Yeah.
What do you got tomorrow night?
Jesus.
No, we know who you got. Who do you got? You made it clear.
Oh, I thought you were asking me the score.
Doors blowing off. I'll
yeah.
get back to your score.
Oh, yeah.
Think about your score. I just
I
want
got to
to
add them up. I got to add up all
Yeah, I
the
just
threes.
want to get you.
And all the threes that were
Gotta
missing.
add up.
It's like
Yeah,
fucking calculus now.
Yeah.
Giving up
See,
137 on
Is
the
the
road.
line minus 20? I might take
I don't know what I'm going to go
I'll
find out.
check it.
I might actually bet tomorrow.
Stop it.
I might.
If this game was home, I would put a lot. Obviously, we all would, right? I would put a lot more faith into them being able to show up. But it's 9. 9 is the line. But it's on the road after the way we did dominate them on Christmas Day.
Bucks outright.
Oh, no shit, the Bucks outright. That's not an
confirming.
outright type of pick.
Well, I'm just confirming outright.
It's not going to be pretty tomorrow, I don't think, because I haven't seen them respond yet. Last time we were in Miami, we went to the overtime game. It was a bad loss, but we sat there and we took, the moral victory, say, like, all right, we at least pushed them to overtime. We still had a chance to win at the end. We just missed some shots. And you would have thought that they can't come back and play that way again, even despite Jay Rich, right?
Another win.
And
Clippers.
I don't see it because I haven't seen a response on the road from this team all year.
No,
I have
you're
not
right.
seen a response.
You're right. You are right.
And
we've
you're
been begging
exactly
for
right with we don't make shots on the road. What effort are we going to get? Everybody was talking the good game today at practice, but that's a whole bunch of talk. I don't see it being close tomorrow. And the line tells me that. The line tells me that. Here's what that tells me. Blowout or Sixers win outright.
Well, think about it.
Because there's no cover situation for the Sixers.
Real quick, what led
It's
us?
not going to be a close.
What led us to blowing them out on Christmas?
threes.
We hit our
That's
three-pointers.
the only way. I don't want to say it's the only way, but right now it's the only way we can beat them.
And no Jay Rich kills us defensively
Yep.
against them.
Yep.
But listen, it's agree disagree radio. So I don't know. I think they respond tomorrow night. I think they beat them. I think they beat them. I still think our size is an issue for them at times. It showed to be an issue.
Again,
You know,
you're not wrong because we've said it here all the time. We do match up with them.
I want to put hope in my two young stars have an edge to them tomorrow.
Plus 360, you can put your money where your mouth is.
Right? You know, I want because I think about how I react to what's happened if I was a player. Right? You try to put yourself in these situations sometimes, right? Because that's the only way you can do it, right? So you try to think like, man, we played this bad. Well, how would I? What would going into this game? Where would my head be? Would my head be in point and finger mode, or would my head be like, listen, I just got to come bring what I got to and worry about what I do and just be aggressive, right? And I think about that way. So I got to hope these young kids, because you don't got to get your doors blown off
Landry again.
But sometimes you go through this shit and you find out who you are.
No, you're absolutely
And
right.
I think you can find out a lot about who you are tomorrow night. Right? I mean, I know we don't hit shots on the road. It's not our MO. But maybe tomorrow night we start beating the team up inside like we're supposed to. Right? We should crush teams on offensive rebounding. We should crush teams on defensive rebounding. Our size, even with no Jay Rich, just with them four on the goddamn court. I mean, look at the size. 6'7", 6'10", 6'10", 7 foot. I should never be losing defensive, offensive rebounds ever. Ever, ever, ever. And that's energy and effort. So if I go out and bring energy and effort tomorrow night, and I pound the glass. I protect the rim, and I know their style of basketball because our length creates problems for them. I go win a game tomorrow and come home leaving a terrible road trip by beating the best team record-wise in the league. I can leave it all and say, all right, let's go. Let's go. You know what I mean? And try to carry that little momentum and get something going. Tomorrow night maybe can be a jump. I'm not, guaranteeing shit. I'm just saying if I look at it how I would be. I can't go back. We talk about this. I talk about this to kids all the time. It's about your next play with everything. Mm-hmm. If you live in the past, in the moment, that's when guys struggle. We talk about quarterbacks. Be a gunslinger. Can't worry about the last pick. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So you got to trust yourself. Same thing tomorrow night. Put them 3 losses, terrible losses behind you. Let's stop talking about it. And let's go beat a team up. Bully ball is supposedly what this team was called and what this team was supposed to be. Well, let me see some bully ball tomorrow against the team, because if you don't bring bully ball tomorrow night, you might lose by 40. Okay? If you're not aggressive tomorrow night, it might be over by the third quarter.
Like Christmas Day was.
Yeah. If you don't bring the energy tomorrow night, because their size creates issues too. I ain't just crowning our size. I'm just saying we match up good size-wise. Their damn size creates issues for everybody. Mm-hmm. All right? Numbers don't lie there. So my point is, if you don't bring it tomorrow night, you're going to get fucking embarrassed. Okay? Now, if you're okay with being embarrassed, then I'm done with you. Listen, I'm not firing anybody or that, but I can't believe in you if you get embarrassed again, because there's no response in you then. You can lose. Sorry, you can lose, but you better not get embarrassed.
As bad as it is to say,
you're 9-point dog, so you probably should lose. But
yeah,
I'm not even worried. I am, but I'm not. To be honest, I'm not even worried about tomorrow night. Just because I'm so out on the fact that they're going to win, I'm more looking at Friday.
Oh, at home,
Memphis
coming off of a back-to-back against the solid. Well, for this reason, coming off of a back-to-back, coming off the road, a long road stretch, coming home when you're supposed to be dominant against a team that's a solid. I think they're eighth or seventh seed.
We'll beat them by 15.
Oh, we should.
We will.
If we don't, are you firing? If you lose, just say you lose, not embarrassed. Say you lose by, let's say, 15.
Well, how do
tomorrow.
I lose to the Bucks? I lose by 15 to the Bucks? Yeah. That's embarrassing to me.
Oh, okay. All right.
Anything over double digits is embarrassing.
All right.
I'm too good to get double digit.
Like 115.99, I'm thinking. Around that. That's what I'm feeling.
I don't know. We haven't played D in 3 games, but, I got to hope I can hold them to, the 106-ish mark, 107 mark. You know what I mean? Where I can get 110, 107.
I can just envision Middleton going off for 36 tomorrow.
Yeah.
Giannis going up for 31. Those two.
Well, let my 2 stars go off. What? Why can't Joel go off for 36 tomorrow and Ben go off for 20 plus? They need to. They need to, because there's nothing else out there. Horford, how about how you deliver a 20-point performance?
Be nice.
Right? Yeah. Tobias, how about you hit me with a 30 spot? Like, where are my 4 guys got to come to play tomorrow night? Because you can't rely on somebody else to pick up the slack for you. That's the whole problem here.
Because there is nobody
else.
So
in the NBA where guys go through ebb and flows because it's just energy, you know what I mean? We watch enough games, right? The reason you get your doors blown off is because nobody on your bench can play. So you know what I mean? So your guys aren't playing well enough, and then the bench guys can't come in and give you a burst. So we talk about needing a burst. There's no burst.
Yep.
So
it's a circle. It's a circle jerk.
So if they lose by double digits tomorrow, then they drop one at home to Memphis.
They won't. But go ahead.
But
I'll play your hypothetical.
Yeah, if they do, are you firing?
All right. I told you what I'm doing.
You're seeing it out. You're seeing the process.
There's no point of firing. That's just to be like, woo, we did it.
All right.
We did it. Now we got an interim guy. They won't listen to him either, so this season's a wash. If that's the narrative, that you know what I mean, of not listening. I think his answer today told you that they listened to him. When he said, go ahead, Sam. You know what I mean? Maybe, there's always a couple guys who aren't going to fully listen.
Could he have said that because he doesn't know? Could he have been like, I don't know.
No, he's just like, go ask them. I think they do. I think they respond to me.
Yeah, I wouldn't think that would be an I don't know type of answer.
I would hope not.
Yeah. I'm trying to
It's only one of two things. It's either yes or it's
better for the doubt.
I'm impressed by the semi-deflect there.
Yeah, I like that
I'm
answer.
impressed because he was very honest with who's the freaking one beat writer? Pompey. He was very honest with Pompey on that interview where he said, "Hey, listen, go ask them. Be candid with them.
Mm-hmm.
Feel free." Like the way he said it was like, "Hey, time's yours over there. Find out as much dirt as you can find out." Because I want to know too.
Yeah, because then he can come back and tell me.
Yeah, because if they quit on me, I need to know. And then Ben's, or I think it was Joe's response was like, "Nah, man, we didn't stop listening to him. We just haven't played well.
Yeah.
Brett can't make our shots for us." I think Tobias said that, or somebody said that. It can't make our shots for us. We got to hit open shots. All these guys are telling you. We haven't hit open shots. We've been flat out fucking terrible. Well, my four need to come to play tomorrow night. Because again, I can't be embarrassed because it tells me something about your heart. You can lose a game because you're down a man essentially, and we ain't good enough to be down any man, and you're a 9-point dog on the road
To the best team in maybe the NBA.
Yeah. So losing is never acceptable to me, but I can wrap my head around you losing 110, 107. But I said if you're over 11, if you're 11 or more, I'm out. Not out, but I'm pissed. And you're going to see a fiery video about the heart of this basketball team. But again, firing does nothing right this second. And you have to hope that it's just a bad goddamn stretch. You come home for a second and a weaker schedule. You can sort of figure some damn things out and sort of get maybe a little groove going.
Tristan says if we get killed tomorrow night, fire Brett Brown the next day.
Tristan, I can't disagree with you. I understand the thought process.
Yep.
I totally understand it. What does it do? You're not bringing in somebody, you're not getting Mark Jackson tomorrow from ESPN if you fire him. So what are you doing? Like if my direction would be like a Jason Kidd type. So I got to wait till after the year anyway.
It would be Tyronn Lue. That's who it would end up being.
I'm Jason Kidd up. If I can go get...
And I'm keeping Brett if it's Tyronn Lue.
I want Jason Kidd. Because I want somebody that had trouble shooting and got better at it. I need that because one of my best players, that's what his issue is. I need a guy around him that's went through it a little bit. Semi-went, you know what I mean? That wasn't great at it, but just did it because he knew he needed to. Back when the game did it, wasn't as stretched out as it is now. Mm-hmm. Guy fucking blew kisses. They had free throws.
Did he get hurt? Yeah, shoulder. That's why the game ended up a blowout. It was close. It was close. And the Heat were up for a while, and then all of a sudden I look up, and they're down 15, and I guess Jimmy got hurt.
Was that Derek Jones?
Did he get hurt?
Yeah.
Yeah, Jimmy went out with a strained right shoulder.
Yeah, that's fine.
Jesus.
That's Super Bowl. That's Super Bowl hangover. Who, Kevin Nunn?
No, Jones Jr.
Nunn can play too. They got a bunch of guys who can play over there. Well, look who's drafting their team, babe. You know what I mean? It's Pat Riley's drafting his basketball team.
Yep.
With the help of Eric Spoelstra. That shit ain't hard.
And our guy took the friggin' the night off the draft basically off.
They take a lot of drafts off. Elton, he took 2 years off.
Oh, we'll pick this guy. We'll sell him for a second round.
You swung and missed on Zaire.
Yep.
You got Matisse right.
Yep.
In my opinion, I like that pick. I'll stand by that pick.
Same.
But then then you were dealing and doing, and I don't know what you're doing.
You hit on Shamet, but you traded him.
Now, do we have 2 firsts this year or 1? Just Oklahoma City's, right? Yeah, because we have 2020 Oklahoma City pick.
Yeah, but it's all depending on the protected. That's the problem.
Well, they're not going to be protected.
All right.
Because they're playing – what's it protected?
Top 20.
It's top 20 protected?
Yeah.
Well, they're not going to be – they're under a top 20 team.
Yep.
They're the 6th seed right now. Because I was reading today.
Close.
The Lakers were inquiring about Schroeder. But the Thunder, the Thunder aren't in a position to get rid of anybody without getting bowled over.
No, because
they'll trade Schroeder, but you got to give me something back.
Them young kids are playing good basketball.
Yeah,
honestly, with that and Chris
Paul,
Alexander's Chris Paul's playing good basketball there. So to me, they got a good young squad with a good vet. Mm-hmm. They're going to make the playoffs, so maybe we can get it, so we don't lose. Ralphie, if you find it, we gave up this year's, right? We don't have. I don't think we have it. I was confirming because I don't follow the picks like I do NFL wise. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure. I'm pretty sure we only have 1 this year, and then a bunch of seconds. I think we have like 3 second-rounders.
Toronto is on fire right now.
Yeah.
And I'm telling you, nobody's going up there and winning in the playoffs. Nobody. And who knows? They might get cute and make a deal tomorrow
Yeah, wouldn't surprise me at this point.
because they actually have assets to trade.
All right, so you guys want to get to little hot stove and get out of here?
Yeah. Well, real quick, is there any names that you're – so your prediction for tomorrow by 2? Are they making any moves?
You can see something very small.
I think the flashiest you're getting is Davis Bertans. That's the flashiest you're – and again, that's not like a great name, but he's averaging – he's shooting like 42%, I want to say, from 3. And he's averaging 15 off the bench. Like, that's exactly what you need.
Yeah, no, you're spot on.
That's a huge help.
I wouldn't be surprised if they didn't get anybody.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be shocked.
No, yeah.
But I still think they might do something small.
The only pick you guys have, well, for this year at least, you have a first round this year via Oklahoma City, but I don't know if it's protected. It's probably protected.
Yeah, it's the top 20 protected pick. Yeah.
And then you have
Top
1,
20,
2, 3, 4, you have 4 second rounders.
I thought it was lottery protected more. The top 20. I know they've been doing that recently when they do the top 15 protected. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't remember anybody doing a top 20.
Yeah, it's protected 1 through 20. If the
That's
pick falls
crazy.
within the pick range, yada, yada.
That's
yada.
crazy. Why even? I don't know.
Makes the trade that much.
Yeah,
more
I don't
hard.
even want it then.
Yes, you have the first
Because
rounder.
it looks good,
Oklahoma
right?
City.
It looks good. Just
Sounds
like
like
It's a
carryover.
first.
Just like when,
It's a first.
yeah, when you traded Markelle and you got a first back with Jonathan Simmons.
It's the ultimate panic trade. A guy that,
You know what I
he
mean?
can be.
Yeah, what's Orlando pick that we got?
Orlando pick.
Yeah.
The only ones that I'm
Second.
seeing.
It's a second.
It's a high second.
turns
It's like
into
it's
it,
like a
yeah.
30.
Orlando's?
It's like 34,
yeah, we got their
36.
second, don't we?
Now
For the
the only
Markelle
seconds, the only seconds you have this year is yours, Dallas's,
Knicks?
Brooklyn's,
Oh,
and
Brooklyn.
Atlanta's second rounders, and they got all of them have ties on them wherever they
Atlanta
land
pick
in the
is
second.
the only
You know what I
flashy
mean?
one. That one's the high one. That one could be high.
What, Atlanta?
Yeah, because
Yeah.
they suck.
Yeah, I mean, there's nothing flashy, you know.
But
regardless, I don't care if you're drafting 20, 30, it doesn't matter. If you can find talent and develop talent, right, as an organization, there shouldn't be any issues where you're drafted. You can continue to be good.
And this organization doesn't use second-round picks.
But it's just my point is with these guys being young, why did they feel like that window was closing last year to go all in? Like, I'm not against them going all in last year. You know what I mean? We all love the deals. So we can't go back and act like we didn't like it.
I think that I honestly believe it was a chain of events because you heard the summer, not this past summer, but 2 summers ago, the summer of LeBron, quote unquote. What's the entire storyline? We're star hunting. We're going to continue the process. We're going to speed it up. They didn't do it. They didn't go star hunting. They couldn't get Kawhi or LeBron. Then you run into a move. Oh, I can get Butler for this? Rocco's struggling. Dario, that was off of the legs of his he was still tired from the World Games.
Yeah.
They were both struggling. Oh, I can get Butler. What? And then you run into, oh wait, I get Tobias Harris and Boban, and I only have to give up future picks and Mike Muscala and Wilson Chandler and Shamet. Oh my God, we're winning now. They got cute, and because they got cute, that's where they started making the bed of, oh, forget about the 5 years of acquiring assets and making this a well-rounded organization, a well-rounded roster. We've got a star in Embiid, a star in Simmons. Oh, my God, Tobias Harris, he hasn't been able to find a home, but he can fit because he can shoot a little bit. We're going to put him here, and it's just going to work. Boom, we're going to throw it at a wall, and it's going to work. Oh, Jimmy Butler. Oh, it's Philly. You're going to have to stay with Philly.
We got breaking news, Rye.
Oh.
The Warriors have
hit
the
the sounder.
You gotta.
Yeah.
Oh
Come on,
my
Ralphie.
God.
I mean, do
This is
your
your
job
moment.
over there.
This is your
Come on,
moment.
this is your moment.
Thank you.
I hear Ryan hitting the fucking sounder every 20 minutes in here. on shows,
Freaking laugh tracks.
right?
I'm asking for one sounder, Ralphie. It's in the Matt playlist.
No, the Matt playlist.
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't get any sounders ever.
Oh.
It's a shame. If
Well,
I was
there you
over
go.
there, I'd play a couple sounders for you.
All right, here we go. Ready? The Warriors are trading Alec Burks and Glenn Robinson
There we go.
to the Sixers.
Let's go. Really?
To the Sixers. Sam just put it out. He doesn't. That's what you got.
I'll take it.
Thank you, Elton.
Just got better tonight, boys.
All right.
I'll take it.
So all the panic, no, these aren't the great. You're not getting stars. Burks can score.
I'll keep you updated on what
Glenn
they got.
Robinson can score.
We didn't do your job over there, producer.
Let's go. Breaking news.
How do you get that Woj bomb?
It's from Shams.
Oh, Shams bomb, huh?
I don't
Sham
want a
bomb.
Shams bomb. I want a Woj bomb. It's not official till a Woj bomb. I'm sorry.
I don't disagree.
But I think also what accelerated this push isn't Ben up soon to get extended and maxed out like this year or next year.
Who, Ben?
No. He's already been signed.
He's on a 6-year deal.
The 5-year deal that you did in the
He's in a
offseason.
6-year deal right now.
Okay.
He's making 8, and then he's making 20-something next year. High 20s next year. 27, 28.
But I
Ooh,
for
so
some
who's
reason
it going to be?
Yeah, so it's you're getting Glenn Robinson and Alec Burke, and you're sending over draft compensation.
Oh, the seconds are going.
that's it.
Yeah,
Wait. Say it again.
that's
I'm sorry,
what Woj
Ralphie.
said.
Say it again. I'm sorry.
Philadelphia has acquired Golden State's Glenn Robinson and Alec Burks. League source tells ESPN Philadelphia is sending draft compensation to the Warriors.
The Warriors are going to be loaded next year.
Yeah, they just one pick.
Something else is coming. That means we have room for another. We have room for another now. If we didn't trade any players,
Yeah, but I don't think you need to. I think your bench is now 100 times better.
but
It's
I
100
agree.
times better.
I agree.
It's all the 2 weeks. No,
Yes.
now you're greedy talk.
No, now I can
you
get
greedy
cute.
son of a bitch.
No, I
Look
can
at
get
you.
cute now.
No,
Give
you
me some
can't. We
Davis
just got cute
Bertans.
somehow. We just
Robinson,
somehow.
Burks, and Davis
We just
Bertans.
somehow. I'm gonna read off the numbers.
Now we're winning the finals. We're winning the finals.
So here's Burke's last. I don't know X amount of games, right?
10 games probably.
Last game against Denver, he went off for 25, 6 for 14. He's averaged 16 points a game this year. Field goal percentage 40%, playing about 29 minutes a game. So it's obviously the minutes might not be as high, but the production's there. 30, 15, 18, 12, 11, 7 one night, 33, 11, 25. Has the ability to go off for some buckets some nights.
Yeah.
You guys are sending
Albeit, go ahead.
3 second-rounders
That's it.
for Alec
Albeit on
Burks
a
and
team
Glenn
that's
Robinson.
got no one else to
It just
score.
broke again. Talk about Glenn Robinson. Washington 22, 22, 11, 20, 18, 10, 17 against Denver. 6 for 10 for the field. So, I mean,
2020 second, 2021 second, and 2022 second.
wow, that's amazing.
For Glenn Robinson and Alec Burks.
We were
I
talking
wish,
about it earlier.
I wish it
right?
was.
We were
I
talking
wish
about
it
that
was
earlier.
Papa Glenn
You ever
Robinson.
notice? You ever notice that Elton
Papa
waits
Glenn
until
Robinson.
like the late nights to start trading? Like last year, it was around this time that you
Oh,
guys
the
traded
buys.
for
You
the
got that
buys.
out?
Yeah.
You got that out already?
I'm posting it now.
Let's go.
Yeah.
Let's go. Don't worry about that. We'll talk. We'll get back to you. We'll get back to you. I'll keep talking about Alec Burks because we talked about him this all season. It was a guy we all sort of liked instead of Trey Burke. We like Alex
Yeah.
Burks.
When we heard Burke, it's like, Alec Burke?
But he can play, dude.
Yeah,
I mean,
he
he can
can,
play. Now,
yeah.
granted, he's not going to get the 29 minutes per game he's averaging, but the 16 points a game, you lower that to 20 minutes a game, he's still going to probably give you, double. He's giving you double digits.
But it's exactly what you look for when we sat here for the last 3 years.
Yep.
And you look at your bench, and I know I said it a couple weeks ago. You need 30 points from your bench, however you get it, right? So you're right. If you drop that down to 10 points, Glenn Robinson gives you 10 points, Korkmaz gets you 10 points, Mike Scott gets you 4, or we trade Mike Scott now because now we can get cute. You know what I'm saying? It's
Yeah,
like
trade him.
you gave your bench especially some scoring and some shooting off of it that we didn't have outside of Korkmaz.
Like, honestly, you want to get cute? Trade the OKC pick, trade Zaire, Mike Scott for Davis Bertans. That gets it done. It gets it done.
Am I giving up a first for Bertans, though? Like, is that
It's the
needed?
first that we just ripped. It's the
No,
first
I
that we just
know,
ripped to shreds.
I know,
It's not
I
a first.
know.
It's 2
Yeah, but
seconds.
you can also only give up a certain amount, I think. A first over.
Yeah, but we gave up our seconds were all
And they
different
aren't in the
We're
same
talking
deal.
about another first.
You can't give
'Cause we
back.
ju-
You can't give first-rounders back-to-back.
Yeah, because now we're giving another first away.
Like if you gave away a 2019 one, you can't
Right.
give away a 2021.
Yeah,
Did we give up a 2019 one, though? I don't think we did because that was the.
I'll look real quick.
I don't know. No,
That
we
was
didn't.
Matisse.
We
Yeah,
did
it was
it.
Matisse.
But whatever, it doesn't matter. I mean, I don't need another deal. I'm just gonna be honest with you guys. I don't expect another deal. I think this is what they needed to do. They needed to bring in. They sort of stole 2 guys from Golden State because they're never gonna play there when their guys come
Right.
back. Or they're just bench guys and they're not gonna. They don't care. But my point is, like, second round picks are second round picks. I don't ever trust guys to nail them, right?
Especially because our guys can't draft them anyway.
Yeah, you need to nail ones, right? If you're nailing early second, fine. But then, like I said, you bring back guys who can score on their own a little bit, right? But can also shoot the 3-ball enough.
Yep.
Right, and it's creates some extra spacing on the court. I love the move. I can see a Trey Burke going, Rye, now.
Yeah.
I can see a Neto going. I can see them guys go for a second. You know what I mean? Or, just a team's looking for a backup guard or another guy off the bench. Burke might entice a team for a second in 2 years from now. You know what I mean? So I can see him sort of getting 1 or 2 of them seconds back.
And it probably would be Burke because,
they like Neto
Brett
a little bit.
Prefers Neto.
He just trusts him
especially
defensively
on the
more.
defensive
Yeah,
end.
that's all it is.
Yeah.
Not that he can play day, but Trey Burks plays 0 day.
Yeah, he doesn't even try.
He'll fake like he's playing day at times.
He'll motion. Yeah.
Tristan, I know you said there's still a lot of work that needs to be done, but the work needs to be done by the guys on the court. Because now look at you. Now you got your starting 5 all put together, right? Of Joel, Ben, Tobias, Al, and J. Rich, right? Mm-hmm. Now your bench, if you want to go 4 deep, can consist of Thibault, Furkan, Burks, Glenn Robinson, and Mike Scott. So you can go, there's your 4 right there. Right? That's 4.
Yeah, the only thing you miss there, and you're not wrong, but the only thing you miss there is any size.
Well, no, because that's Horford.
Yeah.
Because I'll bring Horford down. I'll go small at times. I'll bring Horford back in for Embiid. You know what I mean? I'll mix and match that. But the point is, now you have 4 legit guys, essentially, that can get you some buckets at times. Mike Scott hasn't been consistent at all this year.
No.
But he's now your 4th, right? So now you can go Burks, you can go Robinson, Furkan. I'm feeling better about this stretch. I'm not saying we're going to Eastern Conference Finals. I'm just feeling better about what's coming off my pine. If I'm having a bad night, my guys, I can go to these 2. You know what I mean? I can bring them 2 in and say, okay, you go score.
Yeah.
You go bring some energy in here. And I'm mixing it up. I'm bringing some guys in the locker room. I'm mixing it up a little bit. That can bring some energy in, right? It can.
So can replace the coach.
It could.
You know what I mean? I'm just saying on that same notion. That's all.
You're such a fucking bro. Bill Bitterbook says you needed a bench. Them 2 are perfect.
Agreed.
Tristan says I agree. This helps big time.
I just got 3 straight texts saying steal.
Jay Acevedo says the only deal we will be doing. I agree.
And that's fine.
We have to cut 2 players, though. That's true. He's got a point. My dad said we have to cut 2 players.
Yeah, probably.
No, what you do is,
Burke's gone, and
Shayak goes back.
Shotgun's going back to the G League then.
Shayak goes back.
Norvell.
And Norvell Pell or Jonah Bolden go back.
Because Jonah Bolden's still sitting there in the suit and tie.
Yeah. What about O'Quinn? Is O'Quinn getting cut?
No, I
like O'Quinn.
No, but he's
he
a guy.
He could, but I doubt it. Because I think they're gonna. I think honestly, bro, you want me to be honest with you guys? I think they're just waiting to play him. I think they're gonna play him in the postseason more.
O'Quinn?
I think you're gonna see him because he brings some physicality.
And he can pass.
What they're trying to do. They played better when he played. I don't know why he stopped playing. Because when he got minutes, they actually played well.
Because they tried to play project with Norv.
Yeah.
That's why. Yeah.
And all Quinn did was when he came in.
He's a professional. He's a professional basketball.
But he brought energy, I felt like, right? He rebounded, I don't know. I feel like he did all them things well.
He's the ultimate professional. That's exactly
Ryan Scott Anderson, Al Horford for a potential trade with the Rockets, or you think he's not moving? There's nobody they can give you. They can't trade Eric Gordon.
What is it?
That's Rye. What up, Rye?
They can't trade Eric Gordon, so what are you getting back from them? You know what I mean? They just went smaller in a way.
Yeah.
Getting rid of Capella, who actually runs the floor. And Horford really can't run the floor. So I don't see that one happen. Listen, Elton Brand pretty much said he's not trading out. And freaking Iggy, did he Heat? I mean, Iggy doesn't bother me as much as the time he wasn't going to be one. And he's been in a lot of project teams where he's got a chance to, play.
To
and
work through some stuff.
Yeah, and show that, okay, my team might think I'm on, but I can score a little bit.
I'm sure. I think he was a Michigan guy like his dad.
He was.
So, yeah, he was a shooter there, and then he came in the league. He just couldn't translate right away.
No.
But
I'm not saying he's perfect.
No, I'm not saying
Burks is better in terms of scoring. Pure score, Burks gives you more, in my opinion. But both can go off for a 20-point night, which his bench is desperately needing. They can either spot start and give you production. Golden State's going to be loaded because they ain't moving D'Angelo. I told people that wasn't happening. I don't think they're moving him.
The only
Yeah,
one.
but
that-
Rye, why would they trade us Rocco? They just went out and got him because they're trying to play smaller. They're trying to reinvent the wheel.
They're trying to shoot.
They're just trying to reinvent the wheel. They're still going to be a second-round exit anyway. They want to reinvent it.
Yeah, because Mike D'Antoni can't coach.
And now you go to try to outrun everybody?
That worked. That worked in Phoenix a bunch.
Just
You had some
Russo. Okay,
loaded
Phillies.
teams there.
Yeah, it's your turn now. Come on, Chris Bryant. Yep. Now,
Perfect
Tristan, will they go over the luxury tax? That's a big question. You know, we talked about stupid money last all season. This team was halfway in my opinion. What did he say? Sweepsy, now I signed out of Facebook just for you when Rye's typing. I said that 5 minutes before Ralphie, nobody reads my shit. Oh, did he? Oh, I didn't even see it. That's on you, Rye. Again.
I'm posting. What
No,
am I doing?
Sweeps earlier, 5 minutes before Ralphie, he said the Warriors are trading Alec Burks and Glenn Robinson III to Philly per Shams.
Not on me. Not on me at all.
You didn't read
Well, it took
I'm looking at my
Ralphie. It
phone.
took Ralphie 5 minutes to get the sounder off
Yeah,
and
true.
be ready.
I'm just telling you. Guy's not happy.
I see a lot of deflections tonight.
No, it's just I can't read him. I'm in the chat. I can
Well,
only
not
do
the
my
one.
Sixers aren't producing any deflections because they don't play defense right now. So someone's
We're
got to deflect
talking.
in
I'm
this
not
city.
looking
Well,
at my
right now
phone.
people are going to say that me and you don't get along.
That's fine.
You know what I mean? That's
don't
gonna
get
be,
along.
That's going to be the persona outside.
What
The
do
agenda.
you always say? Perception is reality
Yeah,
sometimes.
yeah. Hate you.
Sacrifices.
Certain
Some
guys.
people are going to sacrifice. Some people won't. I just need a roll.
Yeah, I just don't have a lot to say about the. My bad. I just don't have
No.
a lot to say about the, you know, the stove. Besides a terrible deal by
And shame on the Phils.
the Red Sox last night.
But this is, to your point,
and I got
stupid
pass
money.
Really bad, but go ahead.
Stupid money. I'll be quick because it's. But this is the type of deal that you built yourself for. If you wanted to spend stupid money, if you want to be a big market team, you go buy these two for nothing. For nothing.
What
Hey,
two?
Mookie and David Price. You go make this deal.
Oh, you're talking about the Phillies?
The Phillies. Isn't that where you're going?
Yeah, but I mean,
You said hot stove, and I thought it's.
well, no. Listen, I don't expect the Phillies to be in for Mookie Betts because what do you have to give up to go get him?
Well,
I think you have a
the
more.
Dodgers didn't give up much.
Well, Verdugo at least played in the show. I mean, what are you going to give up? Boom. You know, and expect that to get that deal done.
Whatever.
Sweep says two guys who can help us space the floor, which is our problem. Me and you.
I mean,
Yeah, we're two guys that can help space the floor. That's all we do.
yeah.
No, but like whether it's this deal or Garrett Cole or whatever, like this is what you built to been stupid money for.
Well, I think
and you brought Harper in to attract this, and then
Well, you can't track a trade guy, but you can go out and make one, and I think they're going to go out and get Chris Bryant. One, them two have been friends forever.
Yeah.
Harper and Bryant. I think Alec Boehm's gone. I won't trade Kingery. He's not a part of this package. I'm not giving you MLB players. You can get you want to get rid of money. We're going to give you prospects. I'm not doing it. I'll just say no on the deal then.
Yeah.
Like if I
and
had
you're
to-
right. Bomb's gone because you're getting a third baseman
yeah,
back. So what's the point?
and I'm not crowning Scotty, but I'm not giving you Boehm and Scotty for a guy that, let's be real, is good, but I'm not crowning him.
and has
And had a
young,
bad year
but
last year.
had a down year.
Yeah, like you're not going to get and one's out.
Where's,
You know what I mean? Like
yeah.
because you're not going to give him the money, so one's out anyway. So you're not going to hold me over the coals. You want Alec Boehm? You want another? You want another pitcher? Not going to be Spencer Howard, but you want another arm? Who's my second best arm? You can have him, right? You know, so that's the direction I go.
And that's where I was going earlier. Like, how many? Yes, some of these deals you need high-end prospects, but how many deals get done where the 1 and 2s both go, right? You know, to where Baum and Howard go.
you don't have
Like
both of
they,
them,
the Red Sox couldn't even get Gavin Lux or Carrot Top from the Dodgers.
It's unbelievable that they got Verdugo and not Lux. Like I'd rather have Lux.
Yeah,
I'm sorry. I mean, that's just me. Not that Verdugo can't play because he can, but that whole deal's a joke. That whole deal's a mess. That's the Major League Baseball giving one another freebie over to the Dodgers right there. It's a fucking disgrace. You don't trade a top 5 player in baseball. I'm sorry. I'm sticking to my guns about it. I don't give a shit what's put back in the deal. I don't care that Verdugo played 1 year in the freaking show and then he didn't play a full year. Okay, you're not selling me on he'll ever have a career and be a top 5 guy in the league. Even if Lux went the deal. Now you're telling me that I still think you got bent over. I'll still say you got bent over Because now you're talking about kids. Like, I don't know what a kid's necessarily going to translate to, but I know what Mookie Betts is. And for a team that walks and talks and wants to be the fucking Yankees, all right, that's the opposite. I hope you lose for the next 20 years. All right, I hope you just continue to lose. Now you don't want to spend money? Now you're greedy?
Yeah,
Give your man what he wants, dude.
They're trying to reset They're trying to reset, which, yeah.
Give the man what he wants.
That was your fault for
Then why do you got J.D. Martinez to a ton of fucking money that you're trying to reset it?
Yeah,
You know,
no,
it doesn't
exactly.
make sense.
That's what you get for signing David Price to a buttload of money.
Yeah.
And Chris Sale to a buttload of money. And
So now you got Sale and J.D. Martinez, and you're trying to rebuild in while you still have, like, all-star caliber players?
yeah.
Like, not that Verdugo isn't good, but he's not giving you –
He's not a game changer.
Mookie Betts is a game changer, like Ryan just said. Mookie Betts is a top 5 player in baseball, and at times, arguably, is 1 and 2 with Trout.
I was gonna say he's the
Trout's
only.
always the best to me, but Betts is right up on his heels at times.
He's the only one that can rival Trout. He's the only one that has ever. Honestly,
Like consistently because he hits.
Yes.
Because he'll bat. He's not just going to hit homers. He's going to bat 300 plus.
Yes.
Like Trouty, and he's going to steal bags. He's a Gold Glover like Trouty. Like it's like the Angels traded Trout, and they got Verdugo back, and you're like, what the fuck? That's all you got is Verdugo back? Usually can't everybody. Where can I? If I'm a Red Sox fan, and now because I'd be a Patriots fan too, I'd be a wreck. It's all coming down. Barstool, you're lucky you hit it big when they were all good, because you guys would be sinking now if you didn't already hit it big. You know what I mean? Because you ran out of your meal tickets over there. That nonstop one, right? That's a disgrace. But I do think the Phillies are going to make this move for Bryant. I think Chris Bryant's a Philly.
my one question. I don't disagree with you. If that's the case, where's Segura go?
Gone.
You're just dealing him.
Yeah, I gotta go try to get a reliever.
I think what it is Segura stays at second unless they trade him, and Kingery moves to center to start the year.
Oh Jesus God!
Over Hazley.
Over Hazley.
I mean, if it gives me Bryant, I'll deal with it, but I'm not gonna be. I mean, it's gonna.
Or
I'm
that's
gonna be
where
rolling my friggin'
you
eyes.
potentially. And I agree with you.
I wouldn't have
I'm
a
not.
problem with that. I think you would hit better.
I'm not the biggest.
Your lineup's better.
You know, I'm not the biggest Scotty guy, but I'm not getting rid of a kid 23, 24
No.
years old.
But Scotty's better than Hazley right now.
Agreed.
Yeah, I'm
And-
just annoyed.
And Segura hits better than Hazley does right now.
Agreed.
So you're not going to see an argument for me, even though I think the guy's a Gold Glove second baseman.
Yes,
if you put him
and
there.
it's another year delaying
And
that.
especially when you look
Well,
at
you
a
got him
lineup.
forever, so it's fine, right?
Especially when you look at a lineup that potentially could be Kutch, Bryant, Harper, Hoskins, Didi, Real Muto, Segura, Kingery in the 8-hole.
Yeah. You got to hit people.
You know what I mean? But, like, if Kingery's your
Can't pitch.
8-hole hitter,
Just can't pitch. You know what I'm saying?
that's a whole different story.
But that lineup out hits people.
Yeah,
You know, and
absolutely.
that's what you got to do. Because now,
Because especially when you look at what the lineup the Dodgers are coming out with.
yeah,
like that's where like
it's an all-star line. It's unbelievable.
I'd be okay.
Is that an all-star team? I'm like
I-
doing this with my glasses.
I'd be okay. I want Bryant as well. But I'd be okay because of what you have to give up or what you have to pay to go over the luxury tax. I'd be okay with not getting it if the Dodgers didn't make this move.
No, I got to compete.
But now, if you're trying to spend stupid money and you're trying to compete,
Yep.
you got to make a move that brings you at least competitively close to the Dodgers because we now still can't pitch with them.
Listen, man, you sign Chris Bryant, you're selling out every game again. Okay, I mean, you make this deal, and you bring a guy in the locker room who's close friends with your best player. It's about your best player.
Which then also probably is close friends with Bryson Stott, too,
Yep.
who's probably in a year or two going to be your shortstop
Going to be your everyday shortstop. That's why they signed Didi for a year.
for a year.
Scott, you must see Scott next year. I'm not even kidding you. You know, guys out of college like that are a lot of times
And
shortstop positions. A lot of times can be if they're good enough.
And
if they're
especially
good,
when you're being compared to a guy like Brandon Crawford.
yeah.
You know what I mean?
Defensively,
Like defensively.
yeah.
You know, so
Because if you can
it's
pick it, you can play right away. That's what it comes down to. Can you pick it enough at the position? But yeah, I mean that's a year away, maybe two. But the fact of the matter is, you signed Chris Bryant. You know, I already have this team at like 88 wins ish early on right now because I don't know about the pitching.
Yeah, I think
right?
the over-under was 84.
Yeah, I'm over that. I just think Girardi brings a better culture. They're going to hit better. But if you sign Chris Bryant, you're a 90-plus win team. Not crowning. You're not saying you're winning division.
What won the
I'm
division?
just saying
93
you're
or
probably
94
90,
won last year?
91. He probably adds, I would say, 3 to 5 wins to your baseball team.
Yeah, you have a shot for the wild card.
Yeah, I mean, I think You're gonna hit in a park where you're supposed to hit.
Yeah.
Like the more guys I can get. Like listen, 08, we didn't pitch. We didn't have great arms, but we'll freaking rake you.
And the hitting is going to keep you in it until the deadline,
Yeah.
to where then you can go pitching.
Okay, what's my need here
Yes.
right now? What's my need?
Yes.
Do I need a setup man? Do I need a seventh inning guy? Is that where I'm getting my butthole burned, or do I need a
Because we
closer?
went bargain shopping.
Yeah,
Because that was the issue last year. Their plan was, okay, we're gonna use what we have to just get to the deadline, and then because we believe we're good enough pitching wise to get to the deadline. By the time the deadline was around, we were in no man's land, and that's when you hear the Andy McPhail, if we do, we do, we don't.
Right.
To where they weren't going to go in because we have Bryce for 13 years, we have Real Moods. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
To where that's the complacency came in. If they would have stayed relevant in the hitting, and I know we had injuries, so that plays a part of it last year too. If they would have been,
our shitbag coach was the
well,
end result.
and he sucked too. He absolutely sucked. But my point is, if we would have been in the same trajectory like we were supposed to be around the deadline, we would have made moves towards pitching. But we didn't because we're like, okay, are we really going to make the huge jump? But now we're kind of in no man's land right now, and this is obviously if we don't have Chris Bryant. If we have Chris Bryant, then it clearly shows what we're trying to do right now. To me, like we talked about, I think that we are in one of, if not the best division in baseball. I do, which is quite the change.
Yeah, it's a heck of a shot.
From the last 3 years. 3 years, we were by far the worst division in baseball. And I think we're one of the best.
Yep.
To where we're a solid baseball team. Around 86, 87 wins to me right now, the way it is. That's not getting you anywhere close to winning the division. And then when you look at the entire National League, I don't think that gets you even close to a second wild card, just because of how competitive it is.
No, but Bryant does.
With Bryant, it does.
I'm not crowning because he had a down year, but the guy hits. Guy can hit 30 plus.
Yes.
Guy can hit for average. It just beefs up
in
a
this
lineup.
ballpark, especially.
Yeah, it just beefs up this lineup and makes it scary. Like I want pitchers to come in here and be like, shit, I got to deal with this today. You know what I mean?
And then through
I
the
just want
middle,
that
you're
thought.
left, right.
Yeah, I just want that thought in their head, like, shit, I got to deal with all this. I got to deal with this. They're going to put 8 up on me. Crooked innings.
Yep.
Crooked numbers. We used to talk about back in Charlie days. When hitting season came around. I'm so confident in Aaron Nola pitching wise. I like Zach Wheeler. He's been a better second-half pitcher than a first-half pitcher, so I got to understand that going into the year. I'm going to like a bullpen a lot better with Rolls.
I saw that. I was waiting to. Yeah.
So Sixers are working on additional trades to create roster spots needed to add Burks, Robinson. Lake sources tell ESPN, without a deal before 3 p.m. deadline, Philadelphia will have to waive 2 players. Okay. It's not a big deal. Be like a Trey Burke wave and somebody else.
First comment.
Yeah.
Horford for D-Lo. I mean, I take it.
I also saw Dylan Brooks firing more shots. Says Justice Winslow actually wants to play with us, and he's looking forward to get him on the team.
I love it. These kids don't give a shit. I love it. Like, you're not going to play for us?
Announce Embiid to the
Bulls.
Bulls.
Tristan says, Harper's pushing that deal.
Oh, yeah.
Absolutely. Yep. Sweep says, was Jason Kelsey on the parade stage with his brother today?
I didn't
know.
see him. I was
waiting to hear that.
Did you ask something?
No, I saw the roasting as well.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
John Coyle says, what do you guys think about the Sox feeling like maybe Mookie Betts is a product of cheating sign stealing? There was thought of it, John.
I buy into it.
There was definitely thought.
Well, Cora's been there 2 years, so it would have been his right, or is his first year?
No, 2.
Was this his second year?
Yeah, it's his second year.
Coming up was going to be his second
he
year.
already been 2.
So he's 2.
Right.
So his MVP season.
The year they won the World Series was his first.
Yeah.
So this would have been his third.
This would have been his third.
Yeah.
And that was the year Mookie won the MVP, right?
Yes, because I think that was when Trout was hurt, I believe. Mookie was the MVP.
Listen,
2 years
I got to
ago.
piss so goddamn bad. So
Yeah, you're good.
we'll call it a night.
We're good.
AM in the
There,
PM.
there is some thought to that, though, John. Yes.
I buy into it.
AM in the PM. A2D Radio. Fab, thanks for joining us. Do all our Sixers rage tonight? They got a little bit better.
Yeah, it did.
Definitely added some depth to their roster and bench, and I'm excited for Tom Arnone, Greg Milwaukee, Ryan
Welcome
Brodo,
back, GR3.
Ralphie dealing the 1s and 2s. I can't breathe.
GR3.
Just fighting through. 10-9-8. Big one tomorrow night, family. We're going to find out a lot about heart. A lot about heart tomorrow. Thank you, our doc. Specialized Physical Therapy, LLC. Burlington, Cherry Hill, Princeton locations, as well as ambuckservices.com for all your gutter and gutter guard needs. My man Michael Ambrose, tell him A2D sent you 10% off. Fam, shows every night. You know how it goes here. 2 tomorrow. We out.